night comic book Babble-On. This is the best comic book show on YouTube on Saturday nights. We have an awesome top 10, our top 10 comic book hobby related pet peeves. We're going to talk about all the cool stuff that came out this week and show you what we picked up. So hit the like button while the intro plays and stay tuned.
Whoa, that was weird. It was like
I couldn't see any of it, so I wasn't sure if it was showing up or not.
Yeah, and then I couldn't see you. Man, this would be such a great platform if they would just fix the multi-hosts.
Yeah, just a few little things on this.
I'm seeing hotkeys, but we are all on the screen because I could hear you, and I was like, okay, click it, but I couldn't. You weren't even on there. It was just red, but you were on YouTube. So, anyways, guys, welcome to the Comic Book Babble-On. I am 1/3 of the best part of Two Brothers Comics, Nick, the man to my directional screen that way is Dustin. The gentleman below us is probably the best part of Two Brothers Comics, Justin.
Gentleman's kind of use that as loosely.
He's a decent human being.
I mean, we spend enough time, physical time with this guy now. I think gentleman is a word we should use a little loosely now.
He is a little wild, isn't he?
Can I just say, I've never seen two grown adult men be so upset to walk half a mile to get cookies at 11:30 at night.
It was like 12 first.
It was like 12, 1 o'clock.
Oh my God.
What? It wasn't that late.
It was long.
I think we weren't upset about having to walk out there as much as the only person that knew where we were going was the most inebriated person in the party. So we weren't even sure we were heading in the right direction most of the time.
Yeah. So tonight, guys, we're going to talk a little bit about Lexington for the first time, like a full recap. So that's going to get weird. What else? We're going to talk about the Marvel lawsuit. We're going to talk about NFTs. We have a great top 10 that Dustin came up with tonight, which is
comic book hobby related pet peeves. That can be anything from in the shops, the books themselves, anything to do with grading, YouTube channels, apps, anything like that. Instagram, Facebook sales, all that stuff. So
that's right.
Basically, anything that involves this hobby, we're going to go through our top 10 pet peeves. So hopefully that helps you out a little more, Justin.
Hold on, I'll be right back.
And we have a bunch of awesome books to show off. Hopefully, Justin, you have some of your ones from Lexington. Maybe just the big one.
No, it's already put away in the closet, and there's stuff in front of the. I mean, if you guys really want to see it, I'll get it. If you really want to see it, I'll go get it. We
can just say it out loud.
Okay, we'll do that.
Yep. So, anyways, it's going to be a fun night. Big Pickups got a big box from the 616comics.com, which is probably the best sponsor of Two Brothers Comics we currently have and or have ever had. Why'd you drop? Oh, Justin dropped himself. So let's say hello to some people in the chat. Dustin, do you want to do that?
Yeah, sorry. I was making a bit of an adjustment on my list. So let's see. We got James hanging out. What is going on, bro? Got to hang out with James for a little bit yesterday. That was a good time. My man cut all his hair off.
He did, man.
Man, he had such a luscious mane going on, and now it's just gone. I couldn't believe it. Now he just looks like a regular Joe. Kyle, what's going on, brother? Good to see you. Thomas, what is up, man? Good to see you hanging out in the chat. Thanks for dropping by. Let's see. We've got Serge Henderson. Hope you're enjoying the show so far. Thanks for hanging out. Joe Rios, what's up? Finally met a live show. And we got a super chat already.
That's right, guys. We have last week's super chat spin the wheel we're going to do, and then tonight anything $1.99 or more get you, which is basically the minimum, get you on the wheel for the super chat box giveaway. And maybe we'll have some more to throw in once we open up this box tonight. So any super chats?
Number one pet peeve. Number one pet peeve, taking forever to start.
Come on now.
Actually, we were only about 2 minutes late because the start time is 9:35 Eastern time. We appreciate you guys tailgating in the chat. Joe Rios, what's going on? He said he finally made a live show. Work has been
nice
murdered.
to have you, man.
Thanks for showing up, man. Believe me, I know how that is. I don't know what you do for a living, but I work in construction, and it has been wearing me out for the past couple of months. So definitely can relate with you on that. We got Toad Man X jumping in. What's going on, man? He has stepped up and made it his way to probably like top 5 supporters, commenters, and interactors with all of our content lately. So that's been awesome. Always fun to see his comments. What's up, Breed Love? What's going on, man? Hope you're doing well, bro.
I asked Josh today about our manga, and he didn't know. He doesn't know where the manga is.
Dan De La Torre, what's going on? Thanks for hanging out. We got Chris Barrett hanging out. Champ is in the house. He retained his Hunt World title. It was a little scandalous, but he did it. Nana, how are you doing? Needs to be tweaked a little, yeah. Hope you're doing good, Nana. Ronnie Boy Comics, what's going on? Flash 6792, what's up, bro? We got the last Ronin in the chat. We're gonna be talking a little last Ronin tonight. You guys may be surprised with my thoughts.
Your hot take?
And yeah, it's gonna be a little bit of a hot take on the last Ronin. It's gonna be a little bit of a hot take, that's for sure. Appreciate it, man. I know you got all of them too, man. But yeah, I just got the one. Toadman X said he got the box, but he didn't get those sketches, Nick. He said he did not get the Sabretooth.
Oh, shoot. I forgot about sending those sketches out, man.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, we'll get the sketches out. Maybe I'll do. Well, I've already got some.
So if you're doing HVAC, bro, yeah,
I forgot about it.
I already know what you're dealing with, bro. So I've done that too.
I did like one job with Justin that time, and I'm like, nah, dude, screw all of this. You guys are a breed of your own. Our cousin doesn't. He does a good job.
Yeah. I spent a whole summer doing it with him. So, Tall Paul Comics, what is going on? It's my brother's turn to eat the chip. I would literally save Nick if he was trying to eat it.
Do you know how mad you, Nick? Do you know you got so mad at me in the gas station? Okay,
I did, and I even said, like, I told my wife after the fact, and I think I told you guys too, like, I'm so glad that I did not that you guys didn't let me talk you into doing it, because it would have ruined the whole trip. Yeah. And I swear to you, I guarantee you, if Nick had eaten that, we would have had to call an ambulance. He would have went into convulsions and had to go to the hospital. I mean,
I don't know if it would have been that bad. Nick, yeah, I would have been mad.
No, I mean, because you don't really eat even a little bit spicy stuff.
No.
And I've always eaten spicy stuff. I used to have a lot better tolerance, I guess, than I do now, but
I would have ended up like stomach ulcers.
Yeah, Nick.
I know Justin would have too.
I never would have done it. There's no way you could have, like, the only way you could have talked me into doing it is if you would have been like, yeah, if you do it, we'll buy you this book.
Right.
That's the only way I would have done it.
I wouldn't have done it, period, point blank. You could have offered me a $5,000 181 and I wouldn't have done it.
We're going to talk about the hot chip challenge and what I was going through, what I'm still going through, and we'll get into that later on. I promise you guys. So y'all stick around for the one chip challenge talk, because we're going to talk about that, because I don't know if you can tell, but I'm still being affected pretty heavily right now. So we'll see how that goes. Josh, what is going on, bro? Who brought the hot chips to the table tonight? Hey man, I got it right here. I got one. I think I won't just go ahead and hit this one right in the middle of the Babble-On, because I've told many people, including my wife, like, I'm a very proud man. Pride gets the best of me just about every time, and everybody seeing me in that state and being absolutely overtaken by that chip really bothers me. I really want to do it again and actually hold on this time. I really want to. I don't know why. Like, I know it's absolutely moronic, but I really want to. I don't know why.
Well, at the very least, you could even out your eyes.
Yeah, no doubt. Oh man. So, all right. So I think we got everybody. So thanks for everybody hanging out. We got a pretty good crowd tonight. We're going to jump into our hauls for the week. And like we said, we've got a ton of stuff to talk about tonight. We're going to do a little bit of recap on our trip at Lexington, give you guys some of the stuff that you didn't see, tell you how that trip went. And we're going to talk about these crazy prices NFTs are selling for, give you our hot takes on that, because I'm sure all three of us feel a little differently about how that's going. We're going to talk about this Marvel lawsuit over Spider-Man and Doctor Strange, and we'll do the Hot Chip Challenge talk, and then we're going to do the top 10 comic book pet peeves. And like I said, that can include anything from shops, people, YouTube channels, Instagram, Facebook, the books themselves, CGC, CBCS, PGX, anything that has to do with this hobby. We're going to give you our top 10 pet peeves when it comes to those things. And we got my man Trinity in the chat. What's going on, bro?
I hope you're doing good, bud. He broke his back.
Yeah, he seems to be in better in good spirits, but I mean, I think you could chop Trinity's head off and that dude would still be in good spirits. I mean,
hey, you can't knock Myrtle down.
Yeah, I mean, that's one thing, you know, I definitely envy that about him, because I am not that way at all. So hope everybody's doing good. Hope you guys are buckled up, got your popcorn, and are here to hang out with us for the night, because this is the first time we've all been together and talked since Lexington. So we're ready to get this show going.
So do us a favor, hit the like button, share it out with 2 or 3 friends. Say, hey, come over, hang out with the Two Brothers Comics on the Babble-On, because it might get interesting. It might get weird.
Oh, and I did announce that all of the proceeds from tonight's show, super chats and everything, are going to go to the purchasing and shipping of One Chip Challenge chips to Whack Comics, Tyler and Lee, so that they have to do it on their channel live. And I'm going to be on there talking them through what's about to happen, what they're feeling, what's happening to them. So I really want to make that happen, because if I send it to them, they've already said, don't send it to us, because then we're gonna.
Tyler looks very worried. I was on Mark's channel watching it, and he looked.
Tyler was terrified, but he even said, don't send it, because if you do, then I'm gonna have to do it. So we want to see Whack Comics do this.
Dude, was the lettering in this book messed up? They literally have art over the lettering. That's garbage.
Jason, Southern Comic Geek, what is going on, bro? I hope you're doing well, man.
All right, well, Dustin, hit the thing.
That Texas Comic-Con. What is it, Nick?
Hit the thing and let's show off what we got. Let's jump into it.
Let me find it here. Let me get the menu up.
You need me to get it? Or you got it?
Here, I think this is it. Hey,
you know what you can do?
The right one.
Justin, what you can do is you can look and see if you're muted, and then when you're unmuted, that's when it's over. Figured it out.
But I've been looking at the left to see you guys, and that's how I've been
talking, because I can't see.
So cool.
All right, Dustin, go ahead. Go ahead.
So I hadn't been to the shop in a little over a month because of work. So
this is
literally the biggest haul that I've had probably all year long.
That's what she said.
It was over $200 worth of stuff sitting there. And so here, let me show you guys. I picked up my Last Ronin issue number 4. We are going to talk Last Ronin issue number 4. I'm going to give you guys my hot take on it, and you might be a little surprised. So let me pop open my BSTW Storefolio here. Now, this isn't all the books I picked up, because I did have a bunch of Nottingham later printings and some Something Killing the Children books that I accidentally pre-ordered too many copies of because it wasn't showing up on Previews World. And so I went ahead and just picked all of those up, but I'm not going to show those off because we've seen them before. Walking Dead issue 23. I did not get to read this one yet, but I'm excited about it because Tyrese and oh my gosh, Rick apparently just beat the holy crap out of each other in this issue, and that's all starting from Walking Dead issue 22, which I did read. Really good issue there. I got Stillwater issue number 10. Haven't read that yet, but I'm looking forward to it. I got my Ultimate Fallout 4s, baby. Yeah, I got Ultimate Fallout 4s. We're gonna talk about this a little bit, not too much, but yeah, these are not the real ones. See, the Marvel is red. The real ones, it's white. Don't let nobody stiff you. Trailer Park Boys came back out with another issue, so I had to get all 4 covers. These were $7.99, man. But this one right here is really cool. This issue actually is an homage to the old Hot Wheels comics, which is super cool because I love those old Hot Wheels comics. So we got that cover. We've got this cover with Ricky where he looks like he just got the crap beat out of him. This one is the photorealism copy with Julian, Ricky, and the Green Bastard, which is Bubbles. What?
What they just did in this book.
Now I didn't even finish the book, but I'm gonna talk about why I didn't finish the book.
Well, I just got like, I don't know, maybe 15 pages in, and I'm just like, really, that's what you're gonna do?
You're probably thinking the same thing I am, but we're gonna talk about it. And then King of the Shopping Carts. So we've got Bubbles and Ricky as kids on there. So I love Trailer Park Boys, so I love that show. And this is a big reason why my pull costs so much, because I finally picked up my What If Omnibus. Now, I'm not a big fan. Super chat coming through.
Right on, Eli. You the man. Talking on me.
Hey, thanks, brother. We appreciate it.
of bubbly.
But this is the cover I wanted because it's the cover from issue number 1 of the What If series. The only thing that I wished that it had was right here. I wish that it had the Watcher, just like the cover that has Jane Foster on the cover. I didn't want that cover, but I wanted the Watcher here. But one thing that's weird about this is they don't include issue 16. They have 1 through 22, not including issue 16, which is the Shang-Chi and Fu Manchu issue. So I thought that was weird that issue's not in here. But I'm gonna try to see if I can figure out why that wasn't in here. Beautiful, beautiful cover. When you take the slipcase off, that spine, the way that blue What If pops off is beautiful. And then you get the Jane Foster cover on the back. So
I love those covers, man.
Dude, I've been complaining pretty much since I figured out what Omnibus were about the fact that we have Omnibus for such goofy runs of books, but there's not an Omnibus for What If. There's not an Omnibus for like the original Ghost Rider runs. So whenever the What If Omnibus got announced, I watched for the pre-orders and I pre-ordered one immediately. So
all right, so James and Josh are saying basically to put it in an appropriate manner, culturally problematic these days. Apparently, that issue was.
Of course. And then I picked up a slab. I got this for like $50, and that was shipped. This is the first appearance of Negan and Lucille, and the death of Glenn, which they put right there on the cover for you with the eyeballs popping out and everything. This is the 20th anniversary poly bag. So I guess they had like 20th anniversary mystery bags that they did. And so this was one of those covers, but this was just a super, super awesome cover. And it goes really good. It goes really good with my Walking Dead number 1. That's right. So we got 1 and 100. These are the only 2 that I really wanted. Now, I still want to get a first print of Negan's first appearance, but for right now, this was just too cool. And so I didn't want to pass that up. But that's everything I picked up.
Nana, what are you talking about?
Oh, I think she's talking about me doing the 1 chip.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, okay. And yeah, Dan, it was a huge mistake. Do we have any ASM runs? So I don't. Dustin doesn't. Justin, do you?
Yeah, I've got a full run from 200 up.
Okay, so he had a question about 144. So what is your question? Maybe we can figure it out.
Do I have 144? Hold on, I'll check.
Hey, celebrates 13 months of membership.
Right on.
I don't know if he typed that or that said that, but that's pretty cool.
Yeah. James also celebrated a year the other day when we were on the live stream together yesterday.
Fantastic, man.
So
That's really cool.
awesome,
So if
awesome.
you guys want to know how to join the channel, just let us know. That is so cool, man. Member for 13 months. Yeah, fantastic. We really appreciate you guys.
Are you still collecting Marvel Legends? Yes, 100%. 100%. In fact,
yeah, Ryan probably does have it. Ryan's still doing
should be,
birthday
Beans.
week and stuff.
Beans, I hope you're doing well, man. I hope the wife's doing better. I've been so just consumed with life the last 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, I guess, because we did Lexington, and then before that we had, what did we do? I don't know, man. I just feel like it's been a blur this month, and then work's getting ridiculous.
I'm so tired.
Next week we're gonna have to try to do the Babble-On on Friday night because Saturday I gotta take my kid to the rodeo again. We are hitting the West Georgia rodeo circuit hard this year. That kid loved it so much, so we got to go to the rodeos, which I'm totally fine with because I love it.
All right, Justin, do you have any big pickups or any pickups this week?
Yeah, I actually made it to my shop.
Fantastic.
Cool. So, all right, and I got a mail call.
Uh-oh.
So, Fantastic Four, whatever issue number this is, 36. I don't know. I haven't even had time to bag and board these. I'm so tired. Alien 7. Moon Knight 3. This is Star Wars 16.
War of the Bounty Hunters has drug on.
X-Men 3. I'm not current with it, but I'm surprised at how many one-shots there are. You know what I mean? And then just whatever. X-Corp 5. We've got the Onslaught Revelations #1. Death of Doctor Strange #1. Summoner's War Legacy #6. X-Men Legends #7. Vinyl #4. Killer Queens #2. Good Luck #4. Frontiersman #1. This is the one book I wanted to read this week. I just really like that art style.
Justin, look, your name's in Last Ronin.
Hey, it is.
Yep. Road of Bones and Sea of Sorrows. Big letters, Justin Birch. That's pretty cool, dude.
I like the fact that they're advertising that book in that book.
I know. Well, for real, man. I mean, you can now officially. Oh, I'm gonna buy that. By the way, if y'all, I didn't mean to interrupt, but there's so much that just came to my head. They're doing the Batman Tmnt Omnibus.
Oh, really?
Like a full omnibus with all 3 volumes.
Yep.
Like a IDW hardcover version, or
I don't know. I guess maybe, but I believe they were referring to it as an omnibus. I'll pull it up and check. But yeah. And then whenever I saw that, I think that's pretty cool, man. You should get this frame that your name is on a TMNT book.
I should do that.
It wasn't their best of the run, but your name's there.
The latest issue of that Texas Blood, what is that, #10? Marjorie Finnegan, #5. The only Birch book this week, Vampire the Masquerade, #10. And we got Once and Future, #20. So that was all of my weekly pickups. And then from Dustin, he actually sent me a package. I had purchased some books off of him. He gifted me this one, so I appreciate that. And I think everyone out there is going to be kind of they're going to be a little shocked that you sent me such an awesome book.
Because he's stingy.
Out of the kindness of your heart.
Because he's stingy AF, as the kids say.
I am stingy because I get to where, if I buy a book and it's in my collection, it's mine. And I love it. And I don't want to let it go. But I've gotten to where it's been a lot easier to do that. And Justin was looking for a copy of this. I swore mine was mwah. And then when I opened my box and pulled it out and it wasn't, and I felt horrible. And I was like, well, I'm glad I just told him I would give it to him, because if we had made a deal on it and it wasn't, and he could have bought a better one, then I would have felt bad. But I didn't feel as bad because I said I was just going to give it to him. But I still felt bad that it wasn't as nice as I was thinking it was.
So just sell that one, Justin, and then buy you a good one.
Yeah, you could do that.
Nah, this one's fine. There's nothing wrong with it. Of course, the book I'm talking about.
Great.
This book is Wolverine number 8.
We've spent enough time with Justin to know when he's totally lying. Like, he's totally disappointed. No,
Funny
man.
story
I
about
mean,
that
you know,
book,
I don't want to drink again. I don't want to drink anymore. Okay, I guess I'll take another drink.
Funny story about that Wolverine book, and Nick will remember this. Before we started the YouTube channel, we used to buy books from our buddy Phil on Facebook at his auctions. Well, I purchased a huge Wolverine run, include that second run, and
give the short version of it.
yeah. So basically, my PayPal address was my old address, so it showed that it had been shipped and delivered. And it never got to my house, so me and him couldn't figure out what was going on. The post office couldn't figure it out, so I went to my old apartment. I rode my bike so I could, slide in the gate without going in there, and I knocked on the door. I could hear someone inside. Nobody would answer the door, so I did this for about 2 days, and then I just got to the point where I was just getting really mad because I had left notes. Hey, I think you got a package of mine. If you could just call me. I'm just trying to get it. And I'm like, okay, now they're trying to steal my stuff. So I immediately go to, all right, it's time to get strapped, and they're getting clapped because they got my Wolverine books, and I'm upset. So I'm like got a couple of my buddies, like, we're out riding, and I was like, hold on, we're riding past the apartments. I was like, let's roll in here. Let me see if I can find this. So these guys follow me up, and I'm like beating on this door, just trying to beat this door down. Long story short, turned out it was some old lady, and she said she had been on vacation and left the TV on the whole time so that people would think she was home. And she said the package never got there. And about 2 months later, Phil went to a post office that he doesn't normally go to, and my package was there. They had it the whole time, waiting for him to come in and pick it up. And I actually did a haul video on that. It was one of our first videos, and that book was a part of that. So that book caused me a lot of grief.
Great, it's cursed. Thanks for sending it to me. I appreciate that.
That's funny though, dude. That I was so mad.
Man.
Why would you show up at the dude's house? And Phil's actually the same guy who bought that Fantastic Four number 6 we traded and got cash for.
Yeah, I actually talked to Phil last night.
Yeah,
2 cursed books. Thanks.
It was actually 3 years ago to this day. They're pretty close because it popped up in my Google Photos of me holding it. I took a picture of myself.
Right? But I mean, if it makes you feel any better, like, he's a fantastic guy. His wife and him are fantastic people. We love them to death. So,
and I would recommend, if you want to watch some good auctions and some good prices, Justin, you should watch him on Facebook.
Yeah, next time he does one, I'll send you the info. He's a great guy.
There were other books in that package.
Oh yeah, these were pretty cool ones, man.
So I got a copy of Wolverine 145, silver.
That silver one is minty.
And can't have silver without gold.
It's got
you traded for that, didn't you, Dustin?
That one's got one little pesky spine tick that just it drives me nuts because it's right on his black ear. Like, if it would have been anywhere else, dude, it would not have been as big a deal to me. But right there on the black part, man. Like, could you pick a worse place for one little spine tick? But still a great book.
Yeah, and with these books that you sent me, well, I bought those 2 off of you. I only need like 5 more, and I'll have like that entire.
Do you have the non-foil 145?
I don't.
So you need the non-foil, and you need the Nabisco 145, which the only person I know that has it is my man Bubs, who I guarantee you I've probably spent, since we got back from Lexington, I bet I've watched over 100 of his no-face chats, just listening to him while I've been working and stuff. But he's got a Nabisco 145. That is the coolest book ever. So hard to get.
This is the way.
Yeah, that's the way you get your nugget busted, is with that helmet right there. I tell you that.
I headbutted the crap out of you.
Well, I forget what I was going to say. Oh, I also got a slab in while we were before Lexington, but this is my first chance to show it off, so I'm going to do that. I got in an X-Men 1.
What grade?
A 9.8.
Oh.
It is so crazy to me what these books are selling for. Raw copies are selling from $20 to $45 right now.
Do you know I have
never in my life would I have thought that.
I have like 10 copies somewhere in one of these bins of like just 50 quarter bucks. I already take those quarter bins up to Josh. And be like,
I
Josh,
wonder
you
if
want
my
these?
X-Men books ended up in there because, like I said,
I
I
doubt it.
lost all my X-Men
I can look, but I doubt it. I haven't messed
because
with it.
I had one of every one of the connecting covers, and I
Yeah.
had a number 2, and I can't find any of my X-Men stuff. And I was gonna read those, and then when I got the omnibus, I was like, oh man, like I want to check out the covers I got and see if they're all in there, and then I can't find any of my X-Men books.
This is the way. That thing is so awkward to wear.
This is where I'm at in my collecting. I think I'm going to try and get as many of the 91 Jim Lee books in 9.8s.
That's the best cover too out of that run. I mean, out of the number ones, the Magneto one is absolutely my favorite.
Yeah, and I feel like I got a really good deal.
Uh-oh.
With the super chat,
Really good deal.
what is going on?
I
Show
cannot pronounce the
John
name.
tees. This guy loves to see the T-shirts. So
Hold on. Is it John, or because it's showing up as Epitz Ben Sinnen?
I don't know. Like sometimes I
Maybe
wonder if these are robots or
I don't know, but I'm cool with it. Look, Justin, you go first. Show your screen.
Oh,
Show your T.
Heroes Con.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
I think this is like 2016.
I have my comic jabroni Tmnt Club T-shirt on.
And the
First run of those. Can't get those anymore.
See,
Long live
this one
my
doesn't have a
Another super chat. What kind of material is the helmet made out of, Nick? It's plastic.
It is plastic. Look, here we go.
So I definitely have the best T-shirt. That's what we're saying.
No, dude, this is ASM 50 homage of Goku Ultra Instinct, which my good buddy Justin Birch.
Dude, this is the comic jabroni TMNT Club. The first one he did. There was like less than like 15 of us that got these, bro. This is so limited. It's not even funny.
Should I show off the big book now?
Absolutely.
Or wait for the Lexington conversation?
Well, I can't see you at all.
Oh.
Is he gone, Dustin?
No, he's on the big screen.
Oh, okay. It's black on mine, so I don't know. Go ahead.
Oh, man, I think I froze.
No? I can see you moving.
I am not moving on YouTube.
Then you are frozen. Okay. Try backing out and coming back in.
Or am I frozen? Because Nick looks really fuzzy.
Could be something weird going on.
Like I look super clear and you look super fuzzy.
They're all saying...
Who's frozen, guys? Can you guys see any of us?
Yeah, we look fine. You and I look fine on YouTube. He's still fuzzy.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah,
I think he's back.
Perry Comics, what's going on, bro? Hope you're doing good, bro, man. I don't talk to him very much anymore, but hope you're doing well, man.
I think I'm done. There's a black screen there where I'm supposed to be.
Maybe I should back out.
I'll leave and then I'll just completely leave and then come back.
Yeah, try that. Okay, it's just me now. Go ahead. All right, so I'm still here. I'm just going to talk about what I got, and then when Justin comes back, we're good.
There you go. CJ, what's up, man?
What's up, CJ? Hey, guys, y'all need to be on the lookout on Syndicate Comics Instagram page. Somebody was thieving from them today.
Mm-hmm.
I've been sharing it on our Instagram page. Tall
Me
Paul,
and John already talked. If we catch that guy, we're going to drag him behind the motorcycles with a rope and a chain.
All right, let's see if Justin got on.
Yeah, man, you got to get on that content, Perry. Come on, bro. Justin, are you okay?
I don't know. You tell me.
I can see you. It looks good. Everybody looks good, I think.
Yeah. Again, we use that term loosely, but...
All right, guys.
Yeah, better.
Oh, by the way,
better.
You want to talk about somebody that's making... Dude, Perry's got a rig.
Bueller?
Bueller?
Oh, I've been seeing it.
Dude, it makes me, I'm so excited.
Wait, is Nick talking right now?
Yeah. You can't hear me?
No, I cannot hear you at all. I'm reading your lips at this point.
Oh, Lord, hold on.
Serge,
Testing 1, 2, 3.
I do somewhere. Nick's probably got them too, but not in 9/8. Justin's gonna get them in 9/8.
I don't know, Justin, man. I don't know what the problem is, dude. YouTube hears me.
Can you?
That is correct, sir. That
Can
is
you
correct.
hear Nick?
Yes.
I cannot hear a single word he's saying.
What about Justin? Dustin?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Hey, it's normally not this bad. It's normally not this bad. I don't know what's happening, man. It's normally not this bad. We promise. All
It's
right,
this streaming thing.
Normally we're fine. Normally this is good. Let me leave and then come back.
All right.
All right. Hold on a second.
All right, so when Nick gets back, he's going to show the stuff he picked up this week. But just to let you guys know, some of the topics that we are going to be going over tonight, we're going to talk about some of the stuff you guys didn't get to see from the Lexington Con trip. We're going to talk about that Marvel lawsuit over Spider-Man and Doctor Strange. I'm going to talk about that one chip challenge, let you guys know like what's still going on, how that went, like the stuff you didn't see. We're going to talk about Last Ronin a little bit, and we're going to talk about
NFTs.
Crazy prices from these NFTs. So we got a lot of really cool topics. Plus, we're doing our top 10 comic book hobby-related pet peeves. So we got a big show planned for you guys tonight.
All right, so Justin's going to show off his big book, and then I'll show off my books I picked up, do a quick unboxing, and then we'll move on. And guys, everybody give Ryan a big happy birthday. This week was his
birthday to my man Ryan. Yeah. Sorry, Nick. Didn't mean to.
No, it's fine.
Hope everybody got to see the Instagram post I got to put up for my man. Hope you enjoyed Louisiana, man. Y'all like I had a great trip.
All right. I got a big book in Lexington. Well, it was delivered to me in Lexington. How's that? That works, right?
That works.
I got my own Hulk 181. Look at that.
That thing looks good.
That does look good. I wish everyone could have seen the before picture. Like the video that we did, right? Where you were showing me what the kind of condition it was in.
Mm-hmm. I promised you that it would definitely look better, though. Like I could see the imperfections that could be perfected. And after it got done, I told Justin, I was like, I kind of wished I would have just kept this copy and offered to sell you my 2.5, but you know.
Well worth every penny that I spent to get it pressed and cleaned. Well worth it.
Oh yeah.
100%.
Serge.
Okay.
Nick's gonna look into it real quick because I don't think any of us are really familiar with those issues. So.
I was not sure if you guys get the question, Justin, about the Spider-Man 144 and say about that is between Spider-Man 131 and 144 and has like a splat. I just want you guys to have that book. So let me see if I can scroll up and see what the question
So
is.
he was saying
let's see.
Yeah, I'm not familiar at all.
I'm trying to see where, because we could have missed it. Sometimes this chat jumps.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, dang it, jumped again. My question is, Justin, here it is. My question is Spider-Man 144 with Rey Mysterio corners, Spider-Man, and when he shoots out the web, does he have like a nasty splat?
I have no idea.
Yeah. Not sure.
No clue. Couldn't tell you.
Let me see.
Cap, what's going on? Hope you're doing well, man.
Let me pull up the thing. I'm not sure. Maybe somebody in the chat knows.
Trinity said my 181 looks like a taller Reddit about 5 times too many.
Nothing wrong with that. No grade's better than low grade. Low grade's better than no grade. Let me see if I can pull it up on Marvel Unlimited app and see like if we're talking about the covers or if it's a panel inside.
Nick's the only one in the chat that doesn't on the panel here that doesn't have a 181.
That's fine. I could buy one tomorrow if I wanted it. I think my next big book's going to be ASM 50. I really like the idea of just going after, like really bearing down to like 25 books in the collection. I really love, and like not necessarily that number.
That's exactly what I was just telling my wife.
Like Iron Man 1, ASM 50. I have a high grade Tmnt number 4. Like I would trade it that high grade Tmnt number 4 for a decent copy of ASM 50. Just
Yeah.
throwing that out there. If anybody's
Yeah,
got it.
I was just telling my wife the other day, like I would be okay with getting down to like 100 books.
I couldn't do it. I
Like
couldn't do
100
it.
books. I could be okay with that.
Couldn't do it.
Bam.
Justin, you could sell your books for 5 or 10 years and still wouldn't be able to do it. All right, Nick, show off what you picked up this week. And
yeah, and then I'll
gonna-
pull up those issues, Serge. Don't let me forget, and I'll look up the thing. Green Lantern 5. That's a good book. All right.
Oh, should I show the manga now or later?
We'll do that later.
Okay, just making sure.
No, you're good. I'm so pumped about the manga I got coming in. I got some manga omnibus coming in. So Invincible Iron Man #1, my low grade better than no grade copy. Looks awesome. I probably could get it pressed. I don't think they've had it pressed, but honestly, at this grade, it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
So I got a Mando helmet. Tmnt Last Ronin #4, which I just read. King Spawn, have not had a chance to read it yet. I love that though. That is Kincaid. I'll actually, normally I'm not a big fan of the variant covers, but I like that one.
Hey, that's the guy with the 4 arms, isn't it?
Yeah.
He's
Moon
cool.
Knight 3. Moon Knight issue '2 had a gorgeous spread on it.
Dude,
And
Moon
I
Knight
just ruined that
3?
book.
Bro, that's the biggest key ever.
And some of these are from last week's. I'm just Darth Vader, War of the Bounty Hunters. Sorry, it's not one to focus today.
Oh, Nick, make yourself bigger.
I got it.
Oh, see, on my
I
screen, I'm bigger.
I can do that.
Gotcha. I think I have to run everything.
Wait, did Kanto come out this week?
No, this was last week.
Oh, gotcha.
Sorry about that, guys. I thought I look like I'm big on my end.
That's a nice looking cover.
Yeah, he always makes sure I get the retailer incentives. And I got my Ultimate Fallout 4.
That's nice that they put that in there. I like that. I can appreciate that.
Josh is a good guy. Am I still small, guys? Because it says there we go. All right, and then I'll show off the Iron Man one again. We bought one of these from send it over to Bueller. And another question: what happened to Panda and Stacy that night? We'll talk about that.
Not one thing.
That can only be answered by the two of them.
Oh man, but Serge, that was a wonderful night, and I had to close it down because I couldn't hear what was happening, and then I came back and heard what was happening. I'm like, no, we got to close it down. All right, let's pop open this box real quick, guys.
That was the cookie night.
Oh, and this is a Gator Guard, by the way. If you guys want to know, Gator Guard, wonderful, wonderful company. These things are amazing. So this next box I'm popping open. These all generally go back to you guys in the form of super chat boxes or bro boxes, which I think we need to do a bro box pretty soon.
Yeah.
And that'll be our last BCW store folio, and then we got to figure out something to do because they're all back ordered.
Mm-hmm.
And they're so consumed. Mr. Ted over there, it's been a while since we've heard from him. So
Still rocking my Team 2 Bros water flask.
I'm rocking the bubbly.
Uh-oh.
All right, so guys, Dustin, tell them about the 616 while I'm opening this.
Yeah, so 616 Comics, guys, you guys can follow them on Instagram. There's several channels that they actually support and sponsor. I know they do Burke Family 54 Comics. They, I think Panda is now on there too. So there's several of us that are sponsored by them, and they do a great job with making sure to put out awesome exclusives. You guys will see us share them on our Instagram story from time to time. They've got some really big time artists working on stuff over there. And as you guys see, packaging is absolutely flawless every time. Family run organization.
3 boxes.
Yeah, family run organization. Retired.
Will be retiring. I don't know if he is yet.
Yeah, so you know, great group of people there, and you guys can follow them on Instagram at 616 Comics, and you know, they, like I said, we share out the covers before they go on pre-order so that everyone knows they're coming. excuse me. They hit all the big ones, and man, they turn out some great stuff.
Check this out, man. They have bubble sleeves now.
You've never seen those?
No, man. They're getting fancy over there at the 616.
Yeah, I've used those before. I
All
haven't
right.
seen the House of Slaughter variant yet. No. So we got
Fear State.
okay with the Ghost Maker. Ooh, not a fan of him.
All right. There's another one. A
CJ
alternate.
Mulern celebrates 9 months of being a member. That's awesome. Thanks, bro.
All right. A Joker. This is a pretty interesting one. I was reading it digital first. I got a laughing fish. It's a pretty good story.
Love the laughing fish.
Ooh, I love that. I love when they do the color holds.
Mm-hmm.
Look at Bane in the top.
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful covers. Oh, this is, I believe, that's Scarecrow, right, Dustin?
Yes, holding
Pretty sick.
Batman's mask. I'm telling you, I'm really digging the way they're drawing Scarecrow now. Oh, that is, oh my God,
That's
that
gorgeous,
is
right?
killer cover.
This is
there,
another
man.
Ghost Maker. Or no, that's not a Ghost Maker. That's
You see?
So
that's
Anti-Venom?
Flash Thompson.
Anti-Venom?
Yeah, that's Flash Thompson, right?
Looks like Anti-Venom crossed with War Machine.
Yeah, and then here we go. Extreme Carnage. So there you go. So these are going to be split up into Super Chat boxes that you guys can win, bro boxes, all those cool things. Come on, focus, buddy. Sometimes it's ridiculous. I mean,
That's
Canon
really
has such
cool.
a great autofocus on the face and garbage, like trying to get it to focus on anything else.
You should just give me that one and buy a new one.
I will not give you anything. I'll sell it to you. But you can't have the lens.
You can't have the lens. You can't handle the lens.
So again, Super Chat winnings, bro boxes, all that stuff. So all you have to do is Super Chat for a chance to be entered in or join the channel for one of our monthly bro boxes. And again, we're going to have to figure something out since we can't really get a hold of those store folios anymore. We have one more, and it's the little pony.
Yep. So somebody's gonna get it. Everybody knew somebody had to get it. So
Speaking of which, Wax still hasn't got his, I don't think. So we need to maybe.
I was gonna message him about just sending it to us yesterday, and I got busy and forgot. But I was thinking about it.
Just say, hey man, send it back to us. I'll send him money, and then we'll send him the chip.
Yeah.
Beans. Hey, it's not broken. I believe in you, Beans. Two really nice what? What are you talking about?
Oh,
James.
talking about store folios.
Oh. Well, buddy, you ain't got to donate those.
Nah.
We appreciate it. I'll
worst
send
comes
it.
to worst, then we'll find somewhere to get something. But
like I said, they're really back ordered, so I don't know what we'll do. Maybe I'll try to work with like Gator Guard or one of these companies or something to try to work with me on something to give me I don't know. We're gonna have to figure it out.
Yeah. And so Serge says that I think what he's saying is like there was he had one that was stolen, the Spider-Man book, and it had like an error on it, it sounds like. So
Oh, okay. Man, I hate that.
Yeah, that sucks, man.
Let me look on the Marvel Unlimited app and then show you the cover and then see if like it looked like the one you're talking about.
He says, I have your address. You can't stop me.
Oh, me. James, you're a good person.
He was a better person when he had long hair, though.
All right. So what are we going to talk about real quick?
All right. Let's. All right. So we just showed off the stuff we picked up. Let's do this. If I can find. It's so hard to see these things.
I hate the new update.
So let's jump into the reviews, and we lost Justin. Justin, can you hear me? Can you hear me, Justin?
Can you hear us?
hear us now?
I can now.
Okay. All right, cool. So we're gonna jump into the reviews.
Sorry, my finger slipped and I accidentally hit the refresh button, and
We're just getting back into the swing of things, guys. It's been a couple weeks.
Can you guys please pretend like we?
now I can't hear Dustin.
Are you serious?
For real. Hold on. I'll just leave. I'll just go into sleep. I'll see you guys.
Oh man.
While he figures that out, Nick, let's talk about last Ronin in the review
All right.
section.
How far did you get, and when did you? And by the way, there's going to be full spoilers.
Full spoilers in this last Ronin review here. If you decide to leave, please come back because we have a ton of awesome stuff to talk about tonight.
So there's the 144 issue, or did he say 141? No, for 144. So is that the cover? I mean, I don't see a large splat anywhere. So maybe there's an alternate one. All right. Last Ronin. Let's talk about it.
All right, so I got to the point of right before they actually infiltrated Baxter Stockman's spot. So
you got to the point where her mom revealed a secret about her.
Yes,
and that's where you
where I
stopped.
and that's where I just threw the book.
Okay, so two things. He still can't hear. You may have to leave and come back. So, last Ronin number 4 is what we're talking about. All right, and there's a point where we get to, and they focus a lot at the beginning. Like I started off, I'm like, okay, Casey Jones, or is it Shadow? No, what is her name now, Dustin?
It's Casey. It's Casey Jones. It's hashtag fake Casey Jones.
Yeah.
Can you hear me now, Justin?
Yes.
Cool.
Okay, I think as long as I don't do any more of our intro video things, we're gonna be okay.
Okay.
I just stopped trying to join as like a host, so I'm just like in as a regular person now.
Okay. Maybe that's what we'll have to do for a while. But so Casey Jones, right? I was like, okay, cool. We're getting some like Batman and Robin type feel going on. And
she looks exactly like freaking Nightwing was my very first thought.
Well, that's why Dick Grayson, yeah.
Yeah, and then I watched the Burke's Thursday night chat, and I'll be daggum if Mark didn't say the exact same thing. Like it looks like Nightwing, and because I'm like the whole thing looks like a ripoff of Dick Grayson, the costume and everything.
And so like I'm reading this. I'm like, I don't care anything about Casey. I'm reading to be, read about the last Ronin and Tmnt. Like Casey Jones is not an interesting character to me. Her mom's interesting to me, not Casey Jones. And honestly, like even this time wasn't that great. And then we get to the point where she's now a mutant.
No, well, hold on. Before we get to that, I will say I loved the story that we got. What's up, Ruben? I love the story that we did get with Donnie and Splinter going to work on a treaty with Hiroto.
Yeah.
And the fact that, yes, Splinter wanted this treaty to happen. Did he trust it was going to happen? No. So he and the Hamato clan, which I thought was very interesting that there was more to his clan there. We got to see that. I thought that was really cool and interesting. But Splinter went out like a freaking boss, bro. He was tearing dudes up. Like all you would see is Splinter moving forward and heads just shooting up in the air behind him. So like I really, really loved that. But what I didn't like about it was the fact that, we go through all this and the only thing you see out of all this big battle and Splinter and Donnie go down and all you see is arrows sticking up and arrows in Donnie's staff. Like, I understand it's a comic, but this is not a children's comic. This is, a darker for adults comic book. Like, give us something here. Make me feel something about this, because that panel right there, I'm like, okay, they're dead. You show me a panel of Splinter and Donnie like done, like that's gonna make me feel something. Like when they did with Raphael, we saw the aftermath of what happened. Raphael floating down, just that even though they just did the dagger at the end, like you had the blood tied to it. I mean, it made you feel something. This one to me, it didn't.
Yeah.
But then, like Nick alluded to earlier, we get back to present day.
All right, Justin. We're gonna spoil it for you.
Michelangelo.
Is that okay?
You're gonna what?
You're okay with this being spoiled, right?
Actually, I just sent you guys a private message.
Okay, take off then. You good?
I can't.
Oh. So Justin has to go and use the restroom now. Now that we've got him back and everything's good, he has to leave.
That's okay.
So it's all good. So we're back to present day, and we learn that Michelangelo is now taken on being sensei to Casey Jones' daughter, Casey Jones, even though he had a daughter in the Mirage Run whose name was Shadow, but now we have to bring in this character, call her Casey Jones, because we have to make a new Casey Jones, and I don't understand it. But guess what, guys? Turtle mutagen is now like contagious.
It's just like COVID.
You just hang around them long enough and you're gonna be a freaking ninja turtle. What is going on?
Yeah, so when I saw that, like, that's whenever I stopped you. I was like, really, this is what they're gonna do? Because again, somebody who's not even like the world's most
I didn't watch any of the I've never watched any of the Disney Plus stuff, Dan. Sorry. Are you there, Nick?
Yeah, I was reading what he was saying. Loki was pretty good. I'm not gonna lie, I did enjoy Loki. But again, so like I think the big disappointment here is like now all of a sudden the thing that makes Tmnt so special, the mutagen, their powers, the fact they are turtles, and now we're just gonna pass it on to this irrelevant character and make the last Ronin about Casey instead of
yes, exactly.
Michelangelo. And that like whatever, like if you want to do that in like the like a real, but I feel like it's such a wasted time spent.
Yeah. I'm not
at
this point. I don't even want to pick up issue 5 because look, they've already done this in the current IDW ongoing run. That series is no longer about Michelangelo, Raphael, Leonardo, Donatello, Shredder, Splinter. It's not about those characters anymore. Now it's about Jenica and all her girlfriends and their little clan they've put together. Like they've already pushed the turtles out of the main story plot in the ongoing series, and now we're taking what was the most exciting thing to happen to turtles and who knows how long. This had a huge thing to do with the turtles books popping off last year like they did. The excitement for this was outside of the comic book community, and you're just trashing it now because the one thing we were excited about was learning about the Ronin and seeing the journey of the Ronin. And the book is not about the Ronin anymore. This is all leading up to, it's okay, Michelangelo's gonna die. We know that. I even said like to me the story has to end with him dying. I said that after my review.
Yeah, I think he should die, and that's something that's always so bad. In manga, comics, things like that. Like the fact Tony Stark died in Endgame is what made that movie so great. For example, if you know about My Hero Academia, the big guy All Might, there's a certain moment where he would have become such an more iconic, and it would have been such a powerful scene had he just died. But instead, they left him to come on and become this pitiful character, right? And just he has no power, like whatever. But the same thing, it's like, okay, he should die. He should absolutely die. Last panel is him dead, but after he wins, right? After he went in and finished what he started, last panel is him dying. Great. But you don't need anybody to take over or focus on, because this is the last Ronin. It's a Tmnt story. It's not a Casey Jones story. And that's kind of what, like, again, as somebody who's not even a huge Tmnt, like, love all Tmnt things, it just, when I saw that, I was like, really, she's now going to be a mutant? Exactly. And it says here, how did she put it? The mom's like, well, he hang out with you guys
around long enough with them, and it's not like
such a cop out.
And do I expect her to sprout a shell and turn green? No, but the fact that she's got, but the fact that she's got these mutagen abilities now that they're talking about, and it's just like, okay, so basically all this is leading up to say the turtles don't matter anymore because we have Casey Jones, and she's going to be better than turtles and stronger than the turtles, and she's going to be the Teenage Mutant Captain Marvel and save everybody and be stronger than everybody.
Well, and so my
it's just like, why can't we just have a story about the turtles? Why couldn't it just be about the turtles.
Yeah. And again, so it says here basically, as far as I can tell, trace amounts of mutagen DNA were passed on from her birth parents, who happened to have nearly lifelong exposure from the company they kept. Great. So why is the original Casey Jones? Why are they not also not basically mutants, right? Or have exposure to this? Shouldn't they also have this now in their DNA if they're able to pass it? That should be how genetics work, right?
Yeah,
Just crazy, man.
because April looks. I mean, to be blunt, she looks like hell. So
Yeah.
I mean, like, it makes no sense.
But
And
yeah, it was definitely not the right turn.
I don't want anyone to misconstrue what we're saying to saying we don't, that we don't like the fact that that there's females in the book and the storyline. That's not it at all. But
Yeah, dude. Like, had it been like the real Casey Jones, had it been the OG Casey Jones, and all of a sudden he's turning into like, that's stupid.
This was supposed to be
Mikey.
a reflection of the original concept of The Last Ronin that was written in the 80s during the original run of Mirage Studios. And, it's just like, okay, you want to add more female characters and to try to help with your viewers and all, the readers and all that. That's fine.
I thought she was a great character.
You don't have to dismiss what I would probably say 97% of your readers for this title are here for. Okay. I mean, I would say that 97% of the readers that are picking this title up, we were excited to hear about what was happening with how the turtles died, who the Ronin is, what's going to happen. Oh my God. I wasn't paying attention and just I filled my cup up and spilled half of it on the table.
Oh, Justin. Look at our text messaging.
But,
look at this fool.
It just feels like
now, my God,
we're just supposed to be okay with the fact that
I'll take it easy.
I feel like I've been hoodwinked, is what I feel like.
Yeah, it was pretty. I mean, like I said, had I started reading it, or
later, Kyle, have a good one, brother.
Literally, and like I said, it didn't matter if it was Casey or if it was April or if it was the original Casey Jones or any other character. All of a sudden, a normal person is now going to have the same exact.
It's like my same thought process with Jenica. I hate the fact that they brought her into the fold, not because it's a female. There's 4 turtles, bro. There's 4 turtles, and there's Splinter, and that's the team. Now you don't even have to be a turtle to be on the team and have one of the masks. They got a ferret, they got a fox, they got like triceratops looking thing. Like, I mean,
it's pretty rough.
Why? You know what I'm saying? I mean,
no, and like I didn't know what was going to happen in here, but whenever you said that, I was like, oh Lord, something bad has happened. And honestly, if we're going to be truthful here, I was expecting you to just kind of being a little sensitive about it. And I was expecting like, okay, Dustin, it's not that big a deal, but that is really crappy what they did.
Yeah, and the biggest thing is just because it's this series, man.
Yeah,
this series has been built up so much. I've been covering this series and trying to continue to keep people excited and interested and invested in it. And now I feel like I've led everyone astray.
I don't know. I bet you a lot of people are going to have the same opinions.
I'm not going to pick up issue 5. I don't even want to know what happens. I really don't. I don't care at this point what happens in issue 5 because I don't see any way that they're going to not disappoint me at this point.
I don't know. I think you just for closure. I'll pick it up.
You pick it up and you can tell me how bad it is.
Oh man, Justin, thumbs up if you want to come back on or wait for your cereal. Okay.
Spoon. You don't even have any milk in there. Why do you need a spoon?
Can you tell people how you eat this?
Okay. So I think the thing that the two of you learned about me the most in Lexington that just weirded you guys out the most, like I think you were ready to just be like, well, it was fun, but we're out, was the fact that I eat all of my cereal dry and have a glass of milk after I'm done with the cereal to wash everything down.
Yeah, that definitely makes you weird.
Dan, I'm as big a Turtles fan as you can find too. I mean, but
who is Hypers?
I haven't seen any of his content. He's been on the hunt a few times with us though.
Gotcha. I don't know, Joe. It's possible. And like I said, you know, Tom Waltz, Eastman, Bishop. I mean, they got a even Laird. You know, they have a pretty good team on. Like you would think. I don't know. Honestly, like I don't even know. I really
And it doesn't
don't
matter
know.
who's pushing it. It's just the fact that it's being pushed regardless. That it's even a thing that has
Well,
to happen. I mean,
yeah. I don't know, man.
it's like we're reliving that stupid scene in the Avengers Endgame with this crap sometimes, man. I don't know. It definitely disappointed me. I wanted this story to be such a perfect masterpiece, and you know, I loved every part of 1 through 3, and this issue was really good up until I got to that, and I'm like, why are we have to go this route?
Well, and that's like the stupid part of it, is because if you remove that, the story is like it doesn't add anything to the story.
No,
Adds zero value to the story, and I think that's the bad part about it. But anyways, so we'll move on. I read Ultimate Spider-Man. I'm reading Ultimate Spider-Man. I'm on issue 47. Have you read anything else, Dustin? Do you want to talk about Walking Dead?
Yeah, so I'm still reading Walking Dead. Still, like, if I had to let go of everything on my pull list except one title, it'd be Walking Dead at this point. It's so cool reading that series after watching the show and seeing the huge differences in the characters, and the way that they went about it in the books was so much better than the show, man. I mean, and it's kind of like after watching the show, like I'm automatically wired to expect this character to be this way and do this, and then when that doesn't happen and they do, like Michonne is like, wow. Michonne comes in there and ruins people's lives.
Yeah.
And I was not expecting her to be the way that she is. But yeah, I'm still really, really enjoying it. I've still got one more issue to read and I'll be caught up on that. But still definitely probably my favorite thing. I'm going to read Stillwater at some point this week. I haven't got to read that yet. And I think that's it. Yeah, I mean, all I had this week was Stillwater, Walking Dead, Ronin, and the Trailer Park Boys. And I'll read those at some point too, but I don't think most people care to hear about what I thought about that.
All right, so I read Moon Knight. I have not read 3, but I've read 1 and 2. I must say, issue number 2 has one of the best panels, and I'll pull it up here, see if I can get it shown on my phone. One of the best panels in comic books that I've seen in just such a long time. Let's see.
Yeah, CJ, I agree. That's what I was saying, man. The whole thing with Donnie and Splinter going out the way they did, there wasn't a panel that really make you feel that emotion about it.
So here it is.
Yeah,
you can kind of see. I mean, it is just gorgeous.
That's been a really cool series. The first 2 issues,
and it feels like a lot of other Moon Knight stories I've read, where like you're getting to see a lot of inside of Moon Knight's head.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of it. So pretty
cool.
Up,
Steve, what's going on, man?
What up, Steve? But I've also been reading Ultimate Spider-Man. And Justin, you and I were going to talk about this, and I said, hold up, let's wait. So, and I talked to Josh about this too. So Ultimate Spider-Man is basically like the reinvention of Spider-Man. It starts off from the very beginning. They do a fairly solid job. And it's been very hard for me to get into. I've read through.
Very upset about on Instagram.
Yes, because it is supposedly like one of the best runs, if not the best. But I'll tell you why. And let me preface by saying I know Ultimate Spider-Man was published first, but I read Invincible all the way through. And as I'm reading Ultimate Spider-Man, I'm like, oh, this is just like Invincible. This is just like Invincible. And I hold Invincible as one of the, if not the most perfect superhero stories of all time. Like in what I've read, to me, it's just one of the best. Okay, I love it. Love it, love it, love it. I hated the show, loved the comic, hated the show. But as I'm reading Ultimate Spider-Man, I'm like, this is so much like Invincible. But I'm really struggling to get into it, even though I'm 47 issues into it. And it's good, but it's not like what I would think to be like the greatest thing ever. But there's definitely some funny humor in it. I do like Peter Parker's humor behind it and things like that. But I don't know, Justin. I mean, what do you? Whenever you said you read like the first trade or something?
I think I read the first hardcover, which is either the first 12 or 16 issues. Excuse me, but I don't really remember too much of it. Like I really think I need to go back and just start over and read all of it at once.
Yeah, like I said, it's not bad. It's not bad, but I don't know. It just hasn't got me into it like I thought it would, man. I was so pumped. And again, being very candid, like I like Bagley's covers. I'm not a huge fan of his interior artwork.
Yeah.
Yeah. Again, this is, early 2000s. But anyway, so I'm still going to finish it up. I feel like I've dedicated 47 issues to it. Yeah, Kitty Pryde's in it. I've just passed that point where the X-Men showed up, which is pretty cool. And, but, I got like 100 issues left. I'm going to commit to it. And then I finished up Attack on Titan, read that entire run. I'm still, volume 34, basically like a do of the ending is coming out in October, so I'm excited to read that. But I have all of the Colossal editions coming, so I'm super pumped about that. But man,
Colossal editions for
Attack on Titan.
Oh, okay.
Remember that book I showed you on the way to Lexington, that massive omnibus? I was like, here's one of the things I was trying to show you. I bought all of those. Man,
I want to get those Walking Dead omnibus and the slip covers.
Absolutely. But yeah, Attack on Titan, phenomenal ending, Justin. But that final couple of volumes just totally changes of tone, and the way you feel about characters totally changes. So it was a really good experience. And then I'm reading through Assassination's Classroom, so I can finish through that. And I'm on like mid-20s on chapters. So, but yeah, I'm reading a bunch of stuff right now. And then dude, I read The Last Kanan, man. Star Wars Last Kanan run. Have you ever read that?
I have not.
This?
You mean Kanan, the last Padawan?
Yeah,
It's not The Last Kanan.
I know. I always say it.
His name. He's the last Padawan.
I know. I always say it that way.
Because Darth Vader killed all the other ones.
Well, Anakin did, and then he became Darth Vader. But we're not going to play semantics because I don't want to piss you off right now.
Yahweh, what's going on, Sean?
What's up, buddy?
I'm gonna go see Sean probably tomorrow or Monday. But
hey, Sean, do you have a decent copy of ASM 50?
He might, but I
know people don't really want to
get rid of it
right now. Dude, you're crazy, James. Rebels is phenomenal. I almost said a bad word. It is great. And then I loved the heck out of that series. I read that this week. Dude, such a cool freaking series. I really love that character. I love everything from Rebels and Clone Wars. And I'm trying to find Clone Wars, but it's not on Marvel Unlimited, so I can't read it that way. But man,
they don't have the Dark Horse stuff on there.
No, and I'm sure I can find it somewhere. And then I have the Old Republic omnibus, but I'm trying to read through that on the Marvel app because it's so difficult to read on the omnibus. But man, it's just
Sean said he doesn't have one.
Okay, no worries, man. But yeah. So that's what I've been reading. Justin, what have you been reading? You said you're tired, not reading much.
Yeah, it's been a rough week. Before this week, I'm current with Dragon Ball Super, at least in the printed versions.
I read the new chapter. It gets good, buddy.
So this is the first time, like normally what I'll do is I'll read a book like of one series and then I'll switch to another series and switch to another series because I don't want the series to end, right? And this is a good way of making it last longer. However, I just picked up Dragon Ball Super and just started reading through all of them at once and kind of binge read them. And I think that's the way I'm going to do it because it seems to be a lot more enjoyable, right?
I really have enjoyed doing it that way, just finishing it at one time. So good. But now it's like, okay, you have to wait for the next volume, or in my case, once a month for the chapters. But yeah,
that's one good thing about the way they're doing these Walking Dead Deluxe is they're doing them bi-weekly.
Yeah.
But it's still kind of like I go back and forth because I want to get the omnibus so I can just read. But then I'm like, I don't even have time to read them like that. But I still want them.
Justin, you need to read these Infinity Scroll comics from Marvel Unlimited. They're X-Men ones, and dude, like honestly, they're so friggin' funny.
They're just in the Unlimited app. Is that right?
Yep. And they're really good and easy to read on your phone, and that's kind of the purpose of them. But honestly, like I've enjoyed the heck out of them and the artwork. And like for example, this isn't really a spoiler, but like you can see how they do the artwork where you scroll up and down.
So, wow, I wonder if this is
It's just like Webtoon.
This is Marvel's answer to DC's.
Well, DC partnered with Webtoon, and Webtoon's already huge. But yeah, this is certainly their answer to that.
Except that these aren't free, though, right?
Yeah, they are. They're free on the Unlimited app.
Never mind.
Yep. And the DC ones are free on Webtoon, and then But then there's like you can buy a fast pass because they're releasing weekly or whatever. It's literally like 67 cents an issue if you want to buy them. So I don't know, but like I was laughing my tail off at X-Men 1. Captain America sucked. The Little Giants. Literally, when I was reading this one, I haven't read
Captain America.
They're doing a Captain America Infinity Comics. It's god awful. But whenever I was reading this, I literally was like, Justin would love these. This stuff. I don't know why, but I was like, this is something Justin would love.
Did Scotty Young do all the interiors or something?
No, Scotty Young wrote the book. This is not his artwork.
Interesting.
Wow, okay.
Yeah. So I'm like totally into it, man. It's so funny. It was Dax Gordine as the penciler and inker, and Gene Francis.
He's showing the digital app.
Yep, these are digital from Marvel Unlimited. This is the new Infinity Comics I did the video on. Really good stuff. And then Kelly Thompson, which I'm not a huge fan of her writing, but she has this one called Jeff. It's Jeff, and it's about this stupid shark, and he says nothing.
Jeff.
It says nothing throughout the book, and I'm like, you know what? Like for a 5-minute car ride, something on my cell phone, I'm totally cool with this. I think it's awesome.
Joe, I've heard of it, and I think it's crazy, but I've heard of it. Yeah.
We also encapsulate comics, so yeah, I was actually going to pull this one up and show Dustin because I think he would find it funny. Josh. All right.
Dan, Justin's in the same boat as you, dude. He's literally got like 40 long boxes of comics he hasn't read from New Comic Book Day. Thanks, babe. And he just keeps buying them every week, so you're not alone.
And to be fair, like I have a ton of them, but I started reading a bunch of stuff digitally, and it's really kept me up the ability to like catch up on these runs and stuff.
Yeah.
So,
real quick before we move on, I'm reading a new manga series.
What is it?
I got this the other day.
And once I'm done with those two, I'm probably Pablo. I did a thing about Vivi. We're going to talk about NFTs in a minute. You know what? I have seen that before. I see it all the time on Right Stuff Anime. Let me know how it goes.
So, Bakuman, the complete box set, 20 volumes, basically about two friends who want to become a manga artist and a manga writer. And you know what? I can get behind that.
Right on. They're mangakas. Hey, yes. Dan, you take it easy. Yeah, we're going to talk about it, Pablo. I just did a video about it Friday. Is that chicken? Is that like broccoli cheddar soup?
No, it's that Velveeta dip with the sausage and the tomatoes.
All right.
We didn't eat dinner, so.
All right, so this is the thing. This is the thing Josh was talking about. Let me turn my brightness down a little bit. So I was talking to Josh about it today at the comic shop. And there's a scene right here between Spider-Man and Kingpin. And he goes, hold on. I have something I need to tell you, but I wrote it down. And he goes, here it goes. And he goes, you are so fat that when you cut yourself shaving, marshmallow fluff comes out. And so that's the scene there. And then Kingpin
That's what Josh was talking about. Is that issue 14?
12. Yeah, this is what I'm reading right now because he brought it up. And these are some of the golden moments from the Ultimate Spider-Man run. And then he goes, okay, how about this one? You were so fat that your high school yearbook photo was taken from a helicopter. And then Kingpin just freaks out here at the bottom. And he goes, you son of a... And then he comes after him. But that is good Spider-Man writing. You know what I mean? I enjoyed that. But yeah. Yeah. All right. Non-fungible tokens next. All right. No worries, Toad. Hey, Dustin, you want to, or one of you guys want to hit up the comments real quick?
I can't control.
Hey, Joe, I'm right there with. We're all right there with you. As a matter of fact, I think it's kind of funny though. I can't hear you, Dustin. I think you're muted.
Can you hear me now?
Yep.
All right, so we did have Josh commenting about the Ultimate Spider-Man. That was
Yep.
good.
BRB.
Dan talking about having no business buying comics because he's got so many that he hasn't read yet. And like I said, sounds like you and Justin are in the same boat. I actually was asking him while we were in Lexington, like, dude, at what point do you just decide, like, I'm not going to read these? Why am I spending the money on them? And he was just like, yeah, that's not going to happen. Like, I don't see that time coming.
Yeah, but think about it. Like, by doing what I'm doing, I'm able to get like some big key issues for newsstand prices. I mean, it doesn't happen often, but it does happen.
Yeah, I guess that's true. Because you do get them all.
If it happens in X-Men, I got it.
Right? Yeah, I've seen that on Instagram, the company encapsulating VHS tapes. Because like I saw that the TMNT somebody did the TMNT one and it came back super high grade. It was like, I guess, worth a lot of money. So I thought that was pretty crazy. Alan says, Nick, check out Doombreaker, first fighter and advanced player of the tutorial towers webtoons, awesome titles.
I'll do that. And I believe he also told me to check out Record of Ragnarok. And I watched the first episode, but I'm not going to watch any more until the manga comes out. I think the first of next year.
Toadman says, last Ronin sounds awful. That is a classic redirection of the fan base, and it never worked out. I get controversy sells, but it can also fail. Well, it is for me. It is for me. Toadman says, I've bought 30 issues of runs on stuff and not having time to read them. I end up getting the trades and having it. Right?
I mean, I feel like that's what I'm doing. I'm buying them, and eventually I'm just reading them on Marvel Unlimited.
Right?
Yeah.
Steve said he loves enjoying reading his on the train on the way to work. Yeah, I mean, if you can do that, that works out great. You have that extra time to be able to do that for sure. All right, so I'm going to throw the topic up on the screen here. So anyone jumping in and out knows what topic we are on. We're going to see how this works. So let's talk about these crazy sales for NFTs. Like the crazy, like I haven't really looked into it too deep just because, and I'll give my thoughts real quick. I still thought, I think it's just crazy that people are paying thousands of dollars for PDF files.
So again,
it's just crazy.
They are more than PDF files, to be fair. They're blockchain, like they are traceable, things like that, if we're being fair about it. But yes, at the core of it is just a digital comic.
So I have a question here. Nick, say you have Fantastic Four #1 NFT, and in 50 years, it's worth $6 million, and you die. And is there a way for Ellie to recover that to be able to sell it?
Yeah, you can transfer it.
Okay, even after you're dead.
Oh, it is a login.
Oh, okay.
And I do.
I saw someone saying like this is a cool way for you to be able to get a copy of the books that are becoming, unattainable. And I'm like, bro, like it's digital though. Like you're still not attaining it. Like it's just digital. Like to me, attaining something is like a physical, tangible thing. So I just can't. And I'm not saying that it's that this is how everybody should feel, but this is just my feelings on it. I can't see. There's no. I have a hard time spending the amount of money on the physical copies that it costs, much less spending it for a digital file.
Well, like I said, I'll buy them at $6.99 and see what happens. Because like I said, this one right here, the Spider-Man, that one's selling for over $100 now. FF, I got 2 of those somehow. and those are selling for over 30. So I mean, yeah, like it's very interesting, and I wish I would have just paid more attention. No, you can't print it.
Yeah,
but there are serial numbers, there are blockchains associated with it. Like,
who is buying them? Like, is this collectors? Is this
Yeah.
investors?
it's both collectors and investors, just like normal comics. And
Crazy to me.
yeah,
Everybody keeps saying, "Oh, well, you know, this is the new age, the digital age." You know, people, you know, you got look at what happened with music. Everything went digital. It's like, well, to be fair, you listen to music. It's always been, you know, like kind of like digital, even on a CD. Like you have to have a digital device to listen to it. It's not a, you know, you don't touch music.
Well,
But
and again, you know, like everybody said the same thing about Bitcoin, and when that hit
I
60,000,
think that's stupid as crap too.
but that can actually be used in a transactional for, you know, to buy things, right? And the only reason is, I don't know, man. Like it is weird, but like I said, Superman statues on here, you know, they're talking it's going to get over $10,000
For a digital statue.
Yes. I'll pull up a couple. So what do you guys like in the chat? Let me know what you want to look at. So right now there have been, and there's different covers. There's 5 different covers per thing. There's Tales of Suspense 52, Kang 8, or Avengers 8, the Immortal Hulk 1, All New Captain America #1, Incredible Hulk 1, Future Imperfect, ASM #1, House of X #1, New Mutants 98, Fantastic Four. Jim 85 is selling like wildfire, dude. Hundreds of dollars.
Loki.
Yeah.
So let me ask you guys this: do you think that since
Marvel's Comics 1,
this is the new age and old fogies or old fogey mentalities like me are dying off, will physical comics become worthless and this will take place of physical comics? Do you see that happening? I don't know. You talk the way I hear some of these people talking, like physical comics are out and NFTs are in.
No, I think the classic ones, yeah. The new stuff coming out, you know, I think just like 90s, there's so much out there that, you know, you'll have your books like Ultimate Fallout 4 that'll be, you know, long term, but you know, how many times have we seen comic books crash? So but excuse me, let me know what you guys want to see and I'll pull up a couple of sales.
What are Warhols?
Andy Warhol's, those are really you just have to look him up. He's a painter.
I would not pay for anything of Andy Warhol. I'm not a fan of Andy Warhol.
I don't know anything about him other than what he paints, right?
Soup can. Like you remember, you've probably seen like the Marilyn Monroe print and the Campbell soup can, and like he was a pop artist in the 60s and 70s.
No, why don't you like him?
Okay, truthfully, here's the main reason why I don't like Andy Warhol. It's because when I was in college and I went to art appreciation class, my teacher was talking about Andy Warhol, and my teacher said, I'm gonna curse, kinda. I'm gonna say a word that's probably gonna make you uncomfortable, Nick, just because of the context of the story. So that's your warning.
Right.
So
ready for cursing. Close your ears.
Yes, if you're gonna get offended by this, now's the time not to listen. My teacher was teaching a lesson about Andy Warhol and pop art, and his comment was, Andy Warhol pissed on a canvas and it sold for $3 million. Justin, if you pissed on a canvas, no one would want it because your piss isn't worth anything.
It might be now. You're a big fancy letterer and Two Brothers Comics YouTube channel member.
I mean, it might. Does anybody want to buy? It would buy a piece of art if I peed on a canvas.
Dogecoin to the moon, Perry. I'm still holding. But anyway, so like with NFTs, you know, I hope they continue to go up. I do not wish that anything crashes for anybody, and I'm not just saying that because I only own 3. I do wish I would have bought more. I wish I would have bought Marvel's number.
Do you honestly think that these will, in 30 years, still be holding on strong?
You want to be very honest? Yes, I do. I really do. And
with my lack of faith in the human race, I believe you're right.
And honestly, like I think that's just, You know, would I have thought 10 years ago Elon Musk would be going to outer space and Jeff Bezos and all these guys? No. Would I have thought that full electric cars would be affordable and easily accessible and things like that? No. And we're in it's a different time, man. It really is. Whenever Ford's putting out a pickup truck that starts at like 40, 45 grand, full electric, well-running machine, faster than their Raptor, okay? And it can run your house.
So.
But it can run your house for days at a time, has all the torque, all the horsepower, anything you could ever need, and it's only like 45 grand. My diesel out here, right, was worth more. It cost like 20 grand more than that, and now diesel is $3-4 a gallon. It's insane. So I don't know, man. Like, it's crazy times.
I don't like I don't really like anything about what like the new age of everything.
I'm all for technology.
I'm what you would call, I guess, what the kids would call a millennial boomer.
Yeah.
As sad as it makes me, I am a millennial, but I'm more of a millennial boomer, I think, because I hate all of this stuff. I just want things just should stay this way.
What up, Michael? Dude, no, like I said, I don't know.
Like this streaming platform, like everything was cool on StreamYard, and like now we're on Melon, and like stuff messes up, and I don't like it. Like it looks great, but it's a change, and I don't care for that at all.
Yeah.
Like if my wife were to have decided that instead of sausage in this dip, we should try bacon, it might be great, but I'd still be pissed.
Well, I don't know, man.
I got mad when they changed the lid on my dip can because now it's harder for me to notice. Stop changing things, please.
Justin drives an electric car.
It's a hybrid.
You best believe right now, though, if I could find somebody to buy my truck, which if I just put some effort into, I probably could, I'd go at least a Tesla tomorrow. Absolutely.
I'd love to buy your truck.
Go ahead.
I'm sure you owe way too much on it still, though.
It would be about what you have to go pay for it right now.
Oh, because I knew you drug like 3 cars worth of negative equity onto it at one point, didn't you?
But the way this market is right now, it was about $8 grand worth of negative equity. But with the way this market is now, Sky's car is worth about $4,000 more in this market than it was brand new. They're like sending us. They're like, hey, and calling. They're like, hey, we know what you have. As long as you haven't destroyed it, we're willing to pay this much for it. That's the thing, Joe. The charging aspect of it is terrible. I would have to put one into my house, but here in North Alabama, there's like 2 charging stations, and that's in Huntsville, like Tech City. But
right, so as far as NFTs go, are we done there? I mean,
I think so. Well, did anybody want to look at any of these prices? Did anybody have a specific one they wanted me to pull up? Throg statue just came out, and it sold out. It started off at 50. And I'll be honest with you.
Can someone please look up the definition of a statue? I mean, can we even call them statues? Is it literally? Is it? Are you kidding me? What is this that we're looking at?
The one cool thing, though, and I don't know if you saw.
What is this? What is this? You know what this looks like? This looks like a freaking select your character for a video game. Statue my freaking white behind, dude. There ain't no way. There's no way. That is not a statue. It looks like you're selecting a character for a video game. You should be able to swipe across and he changes colors or outfits or something.
Let me see if I can find the Superman one that's going for so much. And I'll tell you what the floor is on it.
Justin, you're just going to start doing NFT Hot Toys, bro. Just get rid of all yours. And you just get a bunch of tablets and iPads and sit them in your cases behind you and just turn them all on with your fancy, what do you call the Google thing? The Google or your iPhone lady. And you just turn on your iPads behind you and you just have digital hot toys back there. Would you be? Is that what you're gonna? Do you think you would be into that?
What? Well, I don't know what you're talking about. Turning stuff on.
No, I'm saying like if you set up iPads in your cases with all your digital NFT hot toys, and you just Siri turn on the iPad shelf cases, and then all of a sudden there's all your NFTs, your hot toys.
So
Okay.
that is going for a minimum of $1,000 right now.
Again, it's a select your character for an Xbox game.
Ooh, that's funny. I would love to see CGC get into the NFT game. That would be hilarious.
Oh yeah, because they're handling everything else so well. And Justin, I checked with my guy today, and he said walkthroughs are still happening. So,
Oh, they are?
yeah, he sent a walkthrough in the other day.
Well, I'm signing up for CGC, and I'm doing a walkthrough. Because, sorry, this is off topic. Completely changing the subject. I'm thinking about signing up for a CGC account at like the highest level because you get $150 credit, and that's probably what the walkthrough cost would be of that
I thought
book.
that was the middle one, or did they get rid of that?
Well, he's going to spend that much anyway on the first book he submits, so I think that would definitely be the way to go.
Yeah, because then I would also get like what, a 10 or 15% discount on everything else.
Yeah. Joe. No, you cannot print NFTs at all. That's it. When your battery dies on your cell phone, guess what happens to your NFT? It goes away until you charge your phone up. You can't look at your NFT anymore. It's just crazy. It's crazy. Perry says there's no way, and then 20 years later, we're all living in a virtual reality. All right. I have a NFT 6-pack, and I am NFT 7 foot tall.
I don't know, guys. Like, it is nuts.
Like, is that what it's going to get to at one point where, like, nobody leaves their house? They just have, like, a digital self. And
Avengers 8 Uncommon.
And you just, like, marry other digital persons, and you never even actually...
They're already doing that in, like, Japan and China, dude.
Yeah, it's going to be like Ready Player One.
Oh, my gosh. I don't know. I fear for my child.
That is a great movie, by the way.
I've never seen the movie. I've only read the book.
I want to read the book, but I don't want to commit to it, so I guess I don't.
So the problem... Okay, so think about it this way. If you might like the book better because the movie was restricted to only using properties that belong to that studio.
Gotcha. All right. So this is the Avengers 8 Uncommon cover. Okay. The price floor on that one, and when I say price floor, that means the lowest priced one available, not including auctions, $640. These were $6.99 in a blind bag, guys. So, Beans is Steve Brock's nephew. I do think CBCS is better. And then if you buy anything PGX, it's probably counterfeit. So,
100%. Yeah.
We've established.
We will see. All right, so that was the NFT sales topic, guys. Hope you enjoyed that. We still got a few more topics to cover tonight. I see we've lost a few people, and that's fine. We don't need them anyway. But we do still have a few topics left. We're going to talk about the lawsuit over Spiderman and Doctor Strange royalties, and we're going to talk about the one chip challenge next because that's going to be real quick. And then we're going to talk about the unseen things from our Lexington Comic-Con trip, followed by our top 10 comic book hobby pet peeves. So let's jump into this real quick because I know a lot of people have been asking me all week long about this, and I will answer some questions if you guys have them about the one chip challenge. That I'm really upset because it's like, I'm not really upset, but I'm just kind of like, all right, look, what do I got to do? What do I got to do to get these views, bro? Like, we ain't even, like, it ain't even hit 500 views, and I almost died. Okay, what do I got to do, huh? But anyway, I was expecting some kind of back and forth conversation at that point, but it didn't happen. So.
Oh, sorry. Oh, I thought you were just kind of doing your thing, man. You were chatting. This is about you. But what I will say is the members only. Can you snap that one more time? Because that was my favorite part.
I was literally, I was gonna show everybody, but I'm trying not to get it on my freaking hands. But yeah, you can see. Like it's not the same color now. It was as black as my shirt.
Ugh.
And
Did you seriously?
it's still dusty in there, bro.
Can you
Man.
show everybody your eye?
So yeah, I did get it in my eyes. And I'll show you guys what's going on now.
Surge, it is VV. It is an app. VEBE.
So you guys
look,
see,
hold on. Listen to me. So look over to your left, and then look up. There it is. Now turn your head just a hair because it's getting some glare. Down. Oh my God.
and I did this.
What
one
about
chip
your other
challenge.
eye? Because it looked bad too at one point, right?
Yeah, but it didn't get.
Yeah, that's gone.
Yeah, that one cleared up. So I did this challenge on Tuesday, right?
Yeah.
And it is now Saturday. And yeah, my eyeball's still bleeding. So, you know, I've watched people do these challenges before, and a couple things. 2021's hot chip is not the same as 2020's hot chip. So if you did the 2020 hot chip and you was talking smack, you need to go try this 2021 one. And then if you just fly through that one with no problems, talk all the smack. Now, if
What
you
up,
haven't
Michelle?
done this,
What up, Downright?
don't be talking smack. And I don't think anybody was, but the people that are just running through this chip, those people, if you go look at some of their other videos, like they've built up a major tolerance at that point. So that also has a lot to do with it. But yeah, as hot as it was, the very worst part of this is how god awful it tasted. I've never tasted anything like that, and I can't even place what it is. But as soon as I smelled it, the taste came back. And like when you guys saw me immediately when you guys saw me spit, like nothing came out except like some dust, because it's so dry and dusty that it just soaks up all the saliva in your mouth, and there's no way to spit it. Like it was all I could do to just swallow it, because you can't get any saliva buildup. And then it tasted so bad that like that's when I started like dry heaving and gagging, which led to getting rid of it. But I had almost gotten rid of the taste and the heat, and then I needed to excrete it, and then it burned from the pits of my stomach all the way back up. My nose felt just as hot as my mouth and the inside of my body, and that is when I felt that my eyes had gotten it in there. So now the inside of my body is literally on fire, and I feel like somebody pepper sprayed me at the same exact time, and it was god awful. And my wife literally stood in the next room so that I wouldn't see her laughing at me, because she felt so bad about doing it. But even she was just like, I couldn't believe that happened, that you reacted that way. She was like, I've never seen you react that way to hot stuff before, ever. But as bad as it was, I still want to conquer this thing somehow. I don't know if I need to buy a few of them and just take little bites at a time, every day, and do like some of these other people do and just build up a tolerance to it. But then I feel like that's cheating. Like if you build up a tolerance to this hot stuff where you're just like, oh, Carolina Reapers in a jar, a candy jar at your desk, you're just killing them, and then you go hit one of these chips, like, yeah, it's not going to be that big a deal. Like you got to go in, all raw with it and see if you can take it. I don't know. I definitely didn't expect that. Like, I just randomly told my wife I'm gonna do it right now. Like, there was no. She was like, "You're just gonna go do it?" I was like, "Yeah," and she was like, "Okay." She was like, "Well, you want me to watch? And I was like, yeah, you can watch. So I sent her the link so she could be backstage and watch. I said, look, I don't know, this thing might actually be super hot. I was like, so if you see me, I said, I'll let you know if I want you to bring me some milk or something. Because all I had was like the applesauce. She told me applesauce was supposed to help.
That was bad.
Bro, I start yelling for my wife. She done turned off the freaking stream. She's not even watching anymore. So now I'm beating on the floor right here.
Hey,
Stomping
Nosh, have a good one, buddy.
All right, Nosh, take it easy, man. So now I'm stomping the floor because she's in the kitchen right under me. And I'm like, what are you doing? Why are you not up here yet? What is going on? Like, I have gotten rid of anything I had up here to drink or try to help, and nothing was helping. Like, the taste just sticks in there. And the chip is so stale. It's hard to chew because it is super stale. Plus, it's got that dust on there. And, I mean, it sticks in your teeth so bad. So, like, later on that night, I was totally fine again. And I just, a random piece of that chip, like, got out of in between one of my teeth. And I brushed my teeth, like in the middle of all that. I thought maybe brushing my teeth would help get rid of the taste. Yeah, don't use a toothpaste that has like a mint flavor to help get rid of the taste.
Oh my
Because
God.
that amplified the heat levels a lot too. But I was trying to get it out of my teeth because I couldn't. And then later on that day, there was some that still didn't get out of my teeth, and it got
I
out.
was
And guess
telling
what
my wife,
happened?
I was like, I hate the fact you're sitting there picking his teeth. And then I was like, oh, that's probably nasty chip still.
Yeah, I like literally like it would like 3 hours later, a little piece of it came out from between two of my teeth, and just that little spot, I mean, like, went numb on my tongue immediately. I was like, "Whoa, what is that?" And I was like, "Oh no, there's still some in there." So I'm in there flossing again, and of course, like, now you're pulling all the little bits of dust and stuff that's still in between your teeth, trying to floss it out. And of course, all of our floss sticks are peppermint flavored and stuff. So it was quite the ordeal, that's for sure. But the worst part is definitely that my eye is still like, and I can feel it. Like, it bothers me. Like all of this under here, like, I can feel like it's red. Like, look at this.
Yeah, that's crazy, dude.
It's way in there. And like it every now and then, like, it almost hurts. It's not like it's uncomfortable, I guess. Like, it feels like something's in my eye. And it's been that way since Tuesday. So I don't know if I'm going to end up going blind in this eye or what, because the red has definitely spread, I think. Would you agree?
Yeah, it's gotten much worse.
And it's getting really close to like the seeing part of my eye.
I will never do this.
So let me check the chat real quick and we'll move on to the next topic. Bearded says my wife watches none of my streams. That's because she's in them all, right? Nick eating one at 5K. Yeah, I don't think so, bro. I don't think so. Oh man. Joe says have an extinguisher handy, right? If Dustin died, it would really be two bros again. Yeah. I'm afraid of what might be happening here. Hey, Tyler, so the super chats have been coming in. So like I said, all proceeds from tonight are going to go towards the purchasing and shipping of one chip challenges to both Tyler and Lee so that we can do a live stream together on their channel, because I want to be there. I want to talk to you guys about what's happening to you while they do their one chip challenge, because it would be an A-OK. And then for you not to take that and partake in it, that would be really, really, that would just not be good. That would look bad on you guys, Yeah, it would have ruined our con if we had done it at the con, for sure. Absolutely. Nick and Justin will do the one chip challenge if they hit 5,000 by November. Yeah, I don't think they will.
Nope.
I think I was the only one able to watch it live when it happened. Yeah, I messed up the live members chat for it to watch it live. I've hated that. Hope your eye gets better.
Well,
yeah, me too.
So
But
they can still go watch it. It's still up there for members only. So if you join the channel, you can watch it
now. Members can go back and watch the unedited footage.
And hearing everything, because he was gone throwing up for like 15 minutes.
Yeah. And like, not to be too graphic, but I drank probably almost a half a gallon of milk.
plus everything else.
Yeah,
And
so
even that much
like
milk would make you throw up.
so it was like immediately like everything everything I excreted was just milk, white. After that, it was black as my shirt, dude. It scared me. I thought I had internal bleeding because the liquid that I was excreting from my gut was black as my shirt. That's how black that chip was, dude. And I've seen other people eating it online after that, and it didn't look as black as mine did. So I'm like, why does yours look brown? We got
Shout
a
out to
super
Toad.
chat.
10 from the Toad
$5
Man X.
5 for the chip challenge for Whack Comics and 5 towards a new eye. Thanks, brother. We appreciate you.
Oh, Josh said he was yelling at you on the screen, like, why are you doing this? It was, and here's what's bad is I try to make that a very entertaining edit because, like, it's funny, but then you're still just watching somebody sit in pain for like 15 minutes. And so, like, I was trying to do interactive stuff and make it funny, but I just got sucked into watching you, and I'm dying laughing. And I go, wait, I need to go back and, try to put in some music or shift the screen or, like when you're drinking the milk, I was like, okay, let me, because that was like so funny out of nowhere. You just get milk handed to you. And I'm like, okay, let me try to do something. But
And did you
I bet
notice
you I
she
watched.
handed it to me in the cup?
Yeah. And so I was like, good God. I watched it. I had to have watched it. I don't know how many times.
Yeah. And Dan, bro, I didn't do it to myself. I did it for you guys, content, bro. I'm trying. The commitment to this channel and to the viewers, to you guys, is real. All right, my commitment is real.
Hey, look, Whatnot's being advertised on our channel.
That's cool. I'm having a Whatnot sale tomorrow. Gonna be selling a bunch of What Ifs, a bunch of Spawn.
Thank you, Alan, for doing that.
Keys on there.
I was just telling Alan, thank you.
How much are the chips? I think they were like $8 or something like that.
Yeah, but on Amazon they're 20.
Yeah, if we can find them at a gas station, that'd be the best.
I mean, I'll look, but I doubt we can find it.
Let's see. Super chat for eye surgery now, right? Tyler says, "Oh my God, I'm gonna die, dude. It's gonna be bad. Like you could literally, it would literally is gonna be worse than if you had put that entire can of those Camel Snus in your mouth that day that you almost died." Will Dustin ever actually review the comic? I've actually reviewed that comic here on the Babble-On because it was part.
Wasn't that a new comic book or one of your 9/8 you got in?
No, that was I had another copy of it.
Oh, I was telling Josh today. I thought that was like one of the 9/8 ones you got in, and I was like, he didn't even care. I can't imagine what that book ended up looking like after the time you were done.
Yeah, no, that was actually a little lower grade copy, but oh my gosh, how much of the chips? I'm gonna die. One of us. That's right, Barrett. That video was hysterical. Josh said he laughed so hard. I bet you did, man. I hope it gave you a good laugh. Hope you're doing well, Josh. I ain't talked to you in a minute, man. Hope you're doing good. I thought the applesauce and milk is what made you yak. I don't know. It was the taste of the chip. It wasn't the heat. It was literally the taste of it was so god awful. I couldn't stop like gagging on it because it tasted so bad. Can one of our wrenches handle that in the chat? I don't know what that is, but
They already
the webcam.
Okay, cool. I'm just scrolling down. Yeah, the webcam thing. Better not be selling those Batman books. You said you'd show me, but haven't. No, not those. No. All right. But I do need to show you those. Maybe I can try to get to that tomorrow. All right. So that was yeah, Tyler is gonna Tyler's gonna die and he's gonna like it.
Let's do this. Let's talk about the Spider-Man lawsuit real quick because it's honestly short, sweet, to the point. I actually have a video recorded on it and I just never edited it. Maybe we'll do a quick manga minute for Justin. But this lawsuit, Marvel is at no risk for losing the Avengers as a whole or any of those. The worst case scenario.
Have a hyphen?
Huh?
Does lawsuit have a hyphen?
No.
Oh, it's just
Spider-Man does though.
Is it 2 words or 1 word?
1 word. But so there's no real risk of losing anything. Worst case scenario, they would just have to share some revenue with the Ditko estate. Kirby has tried this before. The Kirby estate has tried this before. It failed. It even made it all the way up to the Supreme Court historically, and they decided to turn it down with Ruth Bader, whatever her name.
Let me ask you this: Do you think the Lees would be able to win?
No. Well, no, I think they already have like a better agreement than anybody else. They're already getting their share, I think, because he technically owned Marvel, right? He wasn't a creator, like a work for hire creator. So that's a different scenario.
He didn't own Marvel.
I thought Stan Lee at one point owned Marvel.
I don't believe so. I think he was just the publisher.
No, he wasn't an owner.
Like editor, chief publisher.
I thought at one point he had ownership.
Not that I know of.
Maybe I'm
almost
wrong.
quit Marvel before he created Spider-Man. He was going to quit after he created. He said,
I know, but I just thought at one point he had ownership in Marvel.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see.
I do think it's.
Anyways, so I guess really at the core, like I said, because I pulled up something and then it was just talking about Stan Lee, and I don't want to get too far off topic on this, but I could be absolutely wrong that he didn't have ownership in Marvel, which I probably am. I just thought he did. I thought I remember seeing something about that. But I guess, Justin, from your viewpoint, and Brubaker spoke about this earlier in the year with Winter Soldier, being his creation, even though it was based on Bucky Barnes. He was like, I think it was something like he got like $5,000 and an on-screen thank you, and that was basically it. After this new series and everything going on and stuff, and he's like, when I created them, Disney didn't own Marvel. There was no big blockbuster Marvel. He goes, so our agreements were kind of not great. But in my point of view, I think the real question here, the moral question, should be if these creators are creating these characters, these storylines, and you're going out and you're making billions of dollars off of them, should the actual creators, work for hire or not, get some of that kickback and not just here you go, here's your $5,000 that we probably wasted on a couple of GoPros for stunts, and an on-screen thank you. Do you think they should be cut in?
Man. I think it sucks.
I think they should absolutely be cut in and have better contracts.
Yeah.
You would probably get better writing overall if you did that. You would have somebody like James Tynion coming in and at least trying to do something cool with Batman, create new characters. I mean, Justin, what do you think? Or do you want to refrain from this?
No, I'll talk. I think, well, first off, comparing work for hire contracts from early 2000s to work for hire contracts from the 60s, we're probably talking apples and oranges. So we probably shouldn't compare, Ed Brubaker's situation to this. My whole thing with it is why is it the estates of these artists are the ones who are engaging in the fight, and not the original artists didn't pursue legal action when they could, right? I read an article that even Steve Ditko disowned Marvel and working in comics in general. He was still receiving a check in the mail for Spider-Man.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't know. It just seems weird.
Yeah, and it definitely is weird the fact that it's the estates doing it. And for me, like, I don't really care one way or another. And like I said, Disney or Marvel's not going to lose rights. If anything, they just had to share, revenue on it. But I think for me, it brought up the question of should current creators have a take on what they're doing? Should Brubaker have a bigger take for his storylines they're adapting and the characters he's using? That is, I think, more of the question this brings up to me, and I'm talking like current alive creators.
It's kind of a trade-off, right? If you're going to work for a big two, you're not. If you're working for the big two, then you go in knowing it's going to be a work for hire, right? Yeah. Anything that you do, belongs to them at the end of the day.
Yeah, and I get that, and I know like what the standard is, but I guess the question is, should that change? You know what I mean?
So I guess my question is, and I'm going to play devil's advocate on this. If you go in knowing what the deal is, and along the way, you create this really awesome thing that goes and generates more money and recognition and acknowledgement than anyone ever predicted.
Yep.
Who's it on to? I mean, like, why are we crapping on the company for not rewarding the creator when they've already contractually have done?
Is he gone?
Oh, am I really?
No, you're kind of blurry. Here you go. So what I heard was basically, why are we crapping on the company whenever everybody's agreed to it?
Yeah. So
Yeah.
if why, I guess, like, we're. Am I gone again?
No, you're good.
I guess I'm not trying to stick up for like huge corporations, right? I just don't. It's not. I guess what I'm trying to say is it's not a shock. It shouldn't be a surprise when they don't give you more than what they're supposed to.
No, and be frank with you, like, if you sign for it, like, in just doing what I do for a living, right? Like, once you hire your contract or your employment contract, that is what it is. You're entitled to no more, no less, right? And I'm fine with that. I whatever. If the writer agrees to it, great. And like, I'm not saying.
I think it sucks that they don't have a choice. It's like you either agree to it or you don't work for us.
Yeah, and that's why everybody's going independent comics. That's why everybody's going Substack.
That's exactly what I was about to say. That's why independent comics are getting so many of these awesome creations, because why would I want to create something for you so that you can continue to get rich when I can go create it over here and it's my IP?
And that's the wonderful thing about capitalism, right? Is you have that ability to do those things.
Exactly.
And I guess, like, I think if Marvel did open it up, I do think if Marvel or DC did open it up, I think from a business perspective, they would have the ability to keep and retain and hire and ultimately get better stories, right? Because these creators are going to be more motivated versus their, royalty or whatever. But like, hey, if Donny Cates, came on board and he's like, hey, I have rights, I'm gonna get some kickback. If Noel becomes this huge thing, he's gonna write a better story, or whatever. I think it probably would create better comics, But at the end of the day, I mean, why does it matter? Because they're going to hire 15, 20 writers in the writer room for these movies anyways to change up the storyline or whatever, and not pay them anything more than they probably paid the writers on the normal comic book. So I have, like I said, no issues with the contract, like the employment agreements. I don't think Brubaker's entitled any more than what his contract says, but I just, it would be nice to see these creators get paid.
I think it's going to start doing a little more. I think it's going to start more of these top tier creators are going to start moving away from the big two. And I think a good example of this, and Justin and some people in the chat are probably the only ones that's going to get it. I don't think you will as much, Nick, but we kind of see this going on in professional wrestling right now, where you have the WWE, where, you're behind in everything you do, all the way up to what the chance you do going down the ramp to the ring, that's mine. And the people that work there, that's the dream, is to work for the big place and be at the big show. But now you see so many of these guys that are moving to AEW, where they have more control over their own characters, and the reins are loosened so they can do a little, do more of what they want to do. I mean, I can see, the WWE of comics, Marvel and DC, people just, some of these big creators just moving towards the indie stuff and being able to do what they want to do there and have more creative control over what they're doing and stuff like that. I mean, does that make any sense, Justin, or is that completely ignorant? Like the comparison.
The comparison is, yes, I agree with the comparison, and the only issue with it is that, yes, there are alternatives to Marvel and DC, but they're not as well known outside of your normal comic book store service, right? Like, so yeah, we know indie publishers like Image and Boom and Dark Horse and all the way down the list, but the people who are going to see the movies, they don't.
Yeah, and they don't
Yeah,
care.
yeah. I mean, I wasn't really necessarily talking about like the movie stand. I was just, I know you guys were talking about the movies. I was just kind of staying in the realm of the comics.
Right, but so the what I'm saying is that those people, until there is another huge publisher that's going to cut into that, what is DC and Marvel's market share combined? Like 80%, if not higher?
Yeah, probably.
Until you have that third publisher who's able to take a third of that and actually become a huge, put a huge dent in it and cause people to take notice, like AEW is doing, I think you're going to continue to have these type of issues.
Yeah,
Yeah, and it's going to take some major characters being developed for that to happen too. So, I mean, yeah, you're right, but I mean, you know, I don't know. It's crazy. I mean, I see both ends. Absolutely see both ends. I mean, nobody's forcing you to work for Marvel, and but if you do, this is what you got to do.
Yep.
So,
And like I said, I have no issues with employment agreements. I do wish, from a creator standpoint, that if they're going to create these IPs and things like that are going to just make these company billion, hey, put them on a like a roll. Yeah, I don't know the answer, but like I said, at the core of it, yeah, if you agree to it, like, you have nobody to blame but yourself. If you don't like it, go do something else. But that's the beauty of capitalism. You get to do those things.
yep. I'm gonna say hello to a couple people that jumped in the
All right.
chat. Katie Kaboom, what is going on? Thanks for jumping in, hanging out.
Justin, you look angry.
I'm not angry.
Kobe McFadden, Two Brothers Comics. I'm a huge fan. Hey, we appreciate that. That's awesome to hear, man. We don't hear that enough, man. And I'll tell you, and the only reason why I say that is because every time somebody says that, like, it still blows our mind. Like fan of us.
Like when the dude in Lexington walked up, and I'm
like,
telling you,
it's
you
just
really
like, it doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't make sense to us that people are fans of ours, but we definitely appreciate it, man. Can I do a review of Last Ronin, please? Yeah, so we already talked Last Ronin for a while earlier in the show. Nick and I talked about it pretty in depth. I may do a video and upload to the channel, but we did do a Last Ronin review way earlier in the stream. So you could definitely go check that out. Hope you it's probably not what you're expecting though. Because
is
it wasn't.
TNA actually still a wrestling company? I thought they were done.
Mm.
Oh, good
Sort of.
lord! Really? Who do they even have wrestling anymore? Samoa Joe?
Well, it's called Impact now, but
Carlito Classico, what's going on, man? Thanks for jumping in and hanging out.
Yep. Yeah, and that's kind of what they've done is they've used Blue Hellion. They've definitely used, yeah, that's a good point. I don't know, man.
If they ever do throw out, what's his name? Null. I'm sure Danny Coates will take to Twitter and
bro, he's already getting his. I assure you, he's got his somewhere.
I would imagine so. I mean, the Golden Boy.
Yeah, I bet you. What do you think, Justin? I bet you Donnie Cates already has his.
You
don't have to give a comment. You're a little close to this.
Ryan, you're a crazy man.
He's one of Marvel's golden gooses, correct?
Yeah.
Golden
so
geese,
they say.
whatever.
So they say.
I'm sure Marvel is probably willing to do a little bit more to keep him under contract than they would be someone who's newer.
Yeah,
I'll say it like that.
Which is, again, if you think about that with James Tynion, who has been a golden goose for DC, and he still told him no because that Substack money, hundreds of thousands of dollars.
He was going to tell him no anyway. He said last year.
No, I know, but still,
over a year ago, that he was gone.
Yeah, I think we ought to do a Substack and do comic reviews on Substack creators' Substacks. Justin, tell me that wouldn't be the funniest thing. We subscribe to everybody's Substack. Then we basically do review, putting all their content out there under our Substack and basically consolidating the entire Substack industry into our one paid Substack.
There's a hockey website that I like to go to, and it's just pure trash to begin with.
Yeah.
But they have like each team has a blog writer for this website.
Yeah.
And what they do is they have a paid subscription to all of the paid sports companies like The Athletic and where else, and they just copy and paste that article.
Oh God.
And like paraphrase it. They're like, here's the quote, and then like there's here like below it is their take on it, and I'm like,
that is too funny.
I'm like, man, if they knew you were doing this, they'd get.
I'm
shut
sure
down.
they do.
Yeah, so that's the route you should go.
Yeah, no, I totally will. I think no, we're not, but I do like. Could you imagine the fury that would come down upon us?
Yeah, but then hey, that's how you become famous.
Yeah, but we couldn't do that because if that affected your career, I would be, very upset by that.
Oh, I didn't think about that.
That's why I won't let Dustin talk a lot about certain things. Like Eric. Hey, we got to see.
If you ever leave. If I could just get you to leave. I'm just kidding.
Well, hey,
but seriously,
I've already gotten an X-Men 1 and a 180 and a Hulk 181. Why am I still here?
You still need a Daredevil 1 and Iron Man 1.
Yeah, Nick, I think at this point Justin owes me, so his career is just a small price to pay.
Yeah.
All right, I'll just go away for a little bit.
Before we do Lexington Comic Con, do we want to introduce Justin's newest son?
Oh yeah.
I'm not going to hit the video because I'm afraid that we're going to lose audio for Justin again. But we're going to hit a little toy box segment real quick, and Justin's going to show you this, and then we're going to talk the stuff you didn't see in the Lexington Comic Con video, and it's going to be a good one.
So if you didn't know, I recently had a third child, and
Ryan says #BirchStack.
I hate the fact they put the new X-Men logo on there. I hate that logo. That thing is huge.
Garbage. And it's got the Krakoa language at the bottom. Why did they do that, Justin? You need to write them a letter.
Write who a letter?
Marvel for putting the new X-Men logo and the Krakoa lettering at the bottom. That doesn't make sense.
They're also using the Hawks Pox art.
Oh.
How heavy is it?
Hey.
Pick it up over your head and drop it and let us hear the sound.
Justin, you also got to show off. Did you ever open up your birthday present?
No, I didn't.
That's fine. I just didn't know if you opened it. If you did, you should have showed it. But if you didn't, that's fine.
Yeah, I have not. I just took this out of the shipping box earlier tonight. So
were you pumped?
Yeah, I don't know what I'm going to do with it right now. Anyway, for those who don't know, this is the Marvel Legends HasLab Sentinel. Suckers are already selling for close to $900 on eBay.
Is that like a slip cover over it?
Is that what?
Is that a slip cover?
No, not a slip cover.
Oh, too bad. They missed the mark on that. That would have been cool if you could just pull it off and we could see like pieces of it or something.
It's big, heavy, and beefy.
Yeah, that's what she said.
Hey, I got some other toys real quick to show off.
Go ahead.
Real quick.
Okay, real quick. Got me some cogs.
Oh, Lord.
I have no more Power Rangers, but that's cool.
Joe said, is that NFT?
Look at that.
Alan said just sent it to his house.
Oh, that's pretty cool,
neat.
dude.
All right. I'll be real quick about these. I got my latest wave of Super 7 Turtles in. So first up, we got
Metalhead.
Look at that.
That looks good.
Did you see Panda picked up the NECA Spike?
I did see that.
Spike is cool. The Foot Soldier. Oh, Rocksteady.
Yeah.
I love that they're so true to the original 88s. That's awesome.
Hey, are you getting rid of your Mesco toys you have?
Michelangelo.
No, I haven't yet. I'm still thinking about what I'm going to do with it.
Did you have the Iron Man one?
Oh, I do have that Iron Man one.
Not anymore.
I know, like, I've got a Moon Knight over there, and like, he looks so cool. I might keep that one. I don't know.
If you decide to get rid of the Iron Man one, let me know, and I'll trade you a comic for it. If I have a comic you want.
Ooh, I like it when we trade stuff.
Yeah, it makes it so much easier on me.
April.
Look at the
Cool.
headlights on April. That's not from the 88 figure.
That was pretty much all the toys that I got in recently.
You didn't get the newly mutated Casey Jones Super 7?
Newly mutated.
Yeah, Casey and April's daughter, the newly mutated Casey Jones Super 7.
No, he that must be in Wave 7. They've only just recently.
Oh yeah, the last Ronin exclusive.
Yeah, I've not pre-ordered that yet.
With the switchable Nightwing head. All right, guys, let's jump into this real quick, and then we're going to do the top 10. Top 10 tonight is going to be, yes, Ryan, we are doing a top 10 just for you, brother. We are doing a Ryan birthday weekend top 10. It's going to be our top 10 comic book hobby-related pet peeves. But let's jump into the Lexington Comic-Con and talk about some of the stuff that everybody didn't get to see in the video.
Unless you were members. The members got to see a lot of this.
Mm-hmm.
So in our Instagram chat, we have they got to see Justin extraordinarily toasted.
Which night?
The first one.
Did you say Dustin or Justin?
Dustin toasted.
Oh yeah,
100%.
Yeah, I was extremely inebriated. Like we got in, and when the guys got back up there, because I took all my stuff in one load, because I'm a grown man, and that's how we do things. We don't take.
He
second
also didn't
trips
have
to
to
the
carry
car.
camera equipment or gifts.
Okay, so I just packed lighter.
No, just kidding. Because you had to go out that night, drunk as a skunk, to get your fan and pillows.
I did have to make it all the way to the parking deck and back
while FaceTiming me.
That was a mess.
Yes.
But like we get back and Justin's like throwing beer in the refrigerator, and I'm like, "What are you? What are you doing? You're gonna wait for it to get cold to drink it? I don't think so, bro." So I start yakking just warm beer because I don't mind it. Like, beer is beer. I don't drink it a whole lot, but when I do, like, I don't care if it's cold. I don't care if it's warm, like, whatever. So then we go to the con to pick up our badges, and I almost got a guy to share his pizza with me. Well, I tried to. He wasn't having it. But yeah, you guys can talk about the first night because I think it'll be more fun for them to hear your point of view of how it went with me than me.
So we were there with Greg and his wife, and they were all. We started off at the pizza restaurant. After that point, Dustin was mad because they didn't have gas station beer, and so
yeah, they had all these fancy beers, and I literally asked her. I was like, "Look, what beer do y'all sell here that I can pick up down the street at the gas station? Because I don't drink all these. What do you call them? What kind of beers is it called? Craft beers and stuff. I don't drink all that, dude.
Yeah.
Like Bud Light, Natty Light, Miller, Coors, something like that,
Yeah, and, but by towards the end of it, you were just like, "Yeah, I'll take another one of these," and then you would pound it, and then that would be it.
That's the only way I could drink it, man. Because look, y'all have to understand, Justin has been hyping us up for months. First night of the con, we all got to get trashed. That's my what do you call it? Tradition. And I was the only one that got trashed. I'm like, how does this happen?
I was drunk. I just wasn't trashed.
But
I was feeling pretty good.
So he just kept going and going and going, and then he ended up getting pretty toasted at the pizza restaurant. And then we went back to the bar with Greg and his wife, and Dustin was just standing up. I got him, one or two martinis, I think?
It was,
because we were at the Blue Martini, and he got a couple Blue Martinis and then another beer. But as people were walking down this crosswalk,
so like people are walking up and down the street, and the con is ending because Thursday night the con stayed open late. So I see people walking, and I'm like, "Hey, you guys coming from the Comic-Con?" Yeah.
He goes, "Do y'all like comics?
You like comics? Yeah.
You like YouTube?
You like YouTube? Do you know who we are?" I'm like, "Well, check us out. We're Two Brothers Comics. We do comic books on YouTube. That's right up your alley."
And then a lot of people were like, "I think we're already subscribed to you." And then so like this has gone on for probably an hour, right, Justin? At least.
It seemed like a lot longer.
Yeah. At least, yeah. So, and then Greg goes to the bathroom, and I get up, and I'm telling Doug, and Greg is Bearded Comic, bro, and Mrs. Bearded Comic. And so as he's leaving, I go up to Dustin. I'm like, dude, you got to stop doing this. You're embarrassing us. Do you really want people's first opinion of you to be Two Brothers Comics? As that comes out of my mouth, this gentleman walks all the way across the crosswalk, and he goes, Two Brothers Comics? Because Dustin wasn't.
Nick is literally trying to get out of his mouth like nobody even knows who we are. As this guy's like, "Are y'all Two Brothers Comics?" And I was like,
and I just literally put my head down. And he goes, yeah, you too. And he's talking to Justin, and he was in the chat earlier, and he commented on the video, and it was really cool. Like, don't get me wrong, like it was the greatest, really a cool feeling. But the fact that happened, as I'm telling Dustin, do you really want people's first, opinion of us to be you right now? And then from there, it was I couldn't tell him anything. So we keep going, and then we ended up going down to Broken Icon's condo that night, which is like this multi-million-dollar condo. And
spiral. We had to go up a spiral staircase. Everybody in the house is asleep except for the guys, and they're outside. And they're like, "You gotta be quiet, all right? You gotta be
and
quiet."
they're already like they don't know Dustin and I very well. We've only met Eric via video chat with Al Snow, and then the other two guys were there, Nick, and then what was the other guy's name? James. And so they're already like, I'm sober 100%. Justin's a little tipsy. They're all pretty drunk. And Dustin's toasted, but this is, this very expensive condo. Dustin's toasted, and he's already picking up the man's guitar, trying to play it, trying to get the pick out of the guitar. And
I wasn't trying to play it; I was playing tunes.
And then he ends up sitting on the floor.
BC Rich. I noticed it was like a Jack Daniels.
Yeah, I was getting to that part.
BC Rich electric guitar hanging on the wall, and I was just talking about it, and Nick's like, "No, don't touch it." I'm like,
"Well, you know." At one point, you said, "I'm trying to find an amp for that thing, so you can plug it in." I'm like, "Dustin, Jesus Christ, please don't." And then he's sitting on the floor for a while, and Justin's yelling at his shoe while he's trying to tie his shoe, and he can't get it tied.
He cussed his shoe. I mean, like it was a dog. I mean, like he would rather cut his foot off than try to tie that shoe again.
Let me see if I can find that picture because I took a picture of him. It was cracking me up.
I went home without my shoes tied that night. That's all.
And we had to walk to this place, which made it worse.
It was like a two block walk.
Oh, and then this dude just starts randomly yelling in the middle of the road, beat up and bloodied right in front of the condo. And then this fire truck shows up. It's like by the way, Lexington, y'all have some issues with fire trucks and ambulances. 24/7 they were going on.
That's the guy that just randomly jumped in the ambulance, right?
Yeah, because it stopped in the middle of the road, and he just jumps in, and you can see the driver, and then the driver jumps, or the passenger in the front seat jumps in the back. So that was hilarious, and he just sat there for I don't know how long.
Then Nick got mad at me because I used somebody's tweezers, which obviously were just placed in.
I'm getting to that point. So Dustin then goes, I think I got to go to the bathroom. And in my head, I'm picturing that moment from Dumb and Dumber where even though I know it's not actual crap, but crap ends up all over this really nice Bob Saget's bathroom. And I'm picturing Dustin doing that. It's just going to be crap everywhere.
I just had to take a leak, man.
Well, and then I'm like, we just need to go back to the hotel. And Justin's like, okay, we'll go. And then everybody's like, no, just go use the bathroom. I'm like, geez, guys, really? This is what you're going to do to me? So I helped walk Dustin to the bathroom because, I was trying to be that guy and make sure we didn't get kicked out of this place.
Also, there was a railing, and you didn't want to follow.
Yes. We also did get Dustin some sausages that morning, so he was happy.
Them Huntsville galoshes, baby.
I can't show that picture.
Yeah, they're Madison County galoshes.
I can't show that picture. Hold on. So, okay, here we go. Here's a picture. This is one some of the members got to see. So this is us in that $8 million condo.
I had that shirt on earlier today.
Yeah. And I'm trying to find the picture of Justin trying to tie his shoe. Here it is. He was mad as heck because he couldn't get that shoe tied, boy.
He stood up and looked at his shoe and just, F you.
I can't show that picture. Hold on. There's a picture of Dustin at the bar, the Blue Martini bar. So anyways,
that was probably about 15 minutes before someone ran across the street to say Two Brothers Comics.
Yeah. Can't show those pictures. Definitely can't show that one. Dustin be mad at me. But anyways, so he's doing all of that. And then we end up leaving. Dustin's like, all right, let's go. So we're walking down the street, and Dustin goes, I don't even remember what you said exactly, but you have this big-ass nose hair. Sorry, I'm cussing. This big-A nose hair.
You didn't give me crap about it, and, like, I forgot to cut it out. Like, I've got my scissors that I cut my nose hairs with, and this one just grows, like, way out here sometimes. Yeah. Nick was giving me crap about it, so I was like, okay, go ahead.
And then he goes, yeah, I found somebody's tweezers in, like, the bottom drawer, and nobody was using them, so I decided to pull my nose hair out. And he held on to this nose hair for the next 2 days. You slept by it on your TV the night.
Look, that wasn't on purpose. I just obviously put it on the table beside me when I went to bed, but I did take it and show it to the members, like on the members chat while we were walking through the hotel. And then and then I stopped walking and tried to, like, hide behind this pillar, and because I was wanting Nick to freak out and be like, where did he go?
Oh, I got that video, but I won't show it because that was a members thing.
The members were like, "Oh my God, he's playing hide and seek with Nick," and Nick
and his big butt belly was sticking out.
You know, I can see you.
and then so anyways, he ends up laying down, and then he gets up and goes, "I need to go get my fan and my pillow." I'm like, "I'm not getting out of bed to go get this, dude." And you're like, "Oh, I'll go get it." And he is, I mean, toasted. Okay, for real toasted. And so he ends up, I'm like, you can do whatever you want, but I'm not going. So he ended up FaceTiming me, and then you try to go through the wrong door to get back. You thought you were locked out.
I got out there pretty okay, but trying to get back in, that was a problem.
Yeah. But anyway, so he got the fan, and then that's whenever, and then every morning I would get up early, take a shower, go downstairs, have some coffee. You would complain about breakfast prices.
3 dudes to 1 bathroom was a problem.
It wasn't a problem for me because I was up before y'all. I was cool. I was fine. Yeah. Y'all stink, though. By the way, don't stay in a hotel room with these guys. They stink.
Oh, yeah.
I had to Febreze the place so bad.
You did.
Dustin had the fan on him, and it was so nasty. I started Febrezing through the fan, and it was choking him.
Right in my face, dude.
That was funny. And then so that was the big event that night. The next day was fine. Nothing really crazy happened except for Dustin pulling out that Walking Dead 1 on us. That was a very genuine reaction, by the way. We had no clue because he just disappeared that morning. We thought he was getting pissy.
I was pissy because we walked in and I'm like, dude, I literally cannot afford anything here. Like this is ridiculous. Like, I assume con prices would be expensive, but damn.
Well, that first booth that we went to on Friday, I think everybody, I mean, that was all of our favorite booths, right?
Yeah.
Like,
we spent more time there than anywhere else.
And their prices were, I thought the prices were fair.
Yeah, and they work with you.
Yeah.
$130,000 for a Batman 1 all day.
Hey, that is not a bad deal, though, for a 9.0.
But, like, so we started walking down that aisle, and then all of a sudden you're just like, I don't even remember what you just said, but you were just like, and then, like, off you went. And we didn't see you for the rest until we ate lunch.
Oh, I said I can't afford anything here. I'm not buying nothing. Yeah. Like, I'm just gonna go look for my son his 2 Pokemon cards that he wanted, and see if I can find anything else for him. And then I'm probably just gonna go sit down somewhere and let you guys shop.
Yeah, and so
that was literally how I was gonna do it. Like, I was literally, that's how I felt, because I was so pissed off because it's not that I didn't have the money. I wasn't about to spend that kind of money there. And I had already told Nick and Justin previously. I actually said it on the Babble-On the week before. I said, if I find a Walking Dead there, I'm stealing it. Like, I'm going to run out of there with it. And I was kind of kidding, but so I'm like just walking around at this point, and Nick's trying to call me, and I'm like, just leave me alone, dude. I'm pissed off right now, and I just want to be pissed off for a minute. So I'm not answering him, and I'm just walking up and down the aisles. And I go to this booth, and I'm just kind of like thumbing through some slabs, and I look up, and literally he's got like 5 or 6 rows of slabs on his wall, and on like the second to bottom row lies a Walking Dead #1. Like, he doesn't even have it highlighted like at the top, in the middle. It's like down towards the bottom. And I'm like, I was like, I don't even want to ask him how much he's got on, and I can see it's a 9.6. And then I was like, well, it is PGX, but So I asked him, I said, all right, so I said, can I see The Walking Dead #1? And he was like, I don't think we have one. I was like, I'm looking at it. And the guy's like, oh, yeah, there it is. Oh, yeah, I forgot we had that. So he hands it to me, and I see, I think it was like $1,500 on it. And I was like, that's not out of the question. I was like, let me see what it's selling for. And I looked at it for a minute, and I handed it back. I was like, yeah, I'm good, man. Thanks. And I walk around the corner, and I check last sold eBay prices for a 9.6, and it was like right around like between $2,000 and $2,100. And I was like, huh, okay. I was like, so now I'm a little more okay at 1,500. So I was like, let me just call my old lady. So I call my wife, and she's asking me how it's going. I'm like, I'm just kind of aggravated, everything's so expensive. And I was like, you know how I am. Like, I'll come to a con, I want to buy all these books, and I can't because they're so expensive. And so when I called her back, she was like, did you find something? I was like, hold on, listen, hear me out first. And she's like, all right, what is it? I was like, look, they got a Walking Dead #1 up here. She was like, good God. She's like, how did you manage to find one of those? She said, you said that book is one you never see. I was like, you don't. I said, they don't even show up on eBay all that often. I was like, I've only seen a couple since I've been looking. I said, I've never seen one in person ever, anywhere, shop, a con, nothing. I was like, and they've got one here. I said, and I've looked at every booth today. I said, there's one in this whole entire convention. So I talked to her about how I could, pay for it, this, that, and the other. I said, I'm going to try to talk him down anyway. So she's like, all right, just let me know how much money to transfer over. So I go back over there and I look at it again, and I looked at the guy. I was like, dude, this is a PGX case, right? He's like,
yeah, because it's a counterfeit.
Right. He's like, yeah, I know, but it's still graded, man. It's still certified. I was like, yeah, by a company that is about as reputable as me to you. I was like, you don't know me from Adam. I said, so you wouldn't trust me much either, would you? I said, this company's known as being unreputable. I said, look, I was like, you take 1,100 on it right now. I was like, 1,100 cash. And he was like, he looked at me and stopped. I was like, it's all right, man, no problem. And he's like, no, that's fine. Yeah. I was like, okay, cool. I was like, you take debit or PayPal?
Good God.
So I bought the book, and I asked him, I was like, that's tax free, right? And he was like, no, if we use a card, I got to do taxes. And I was like, dang it. I was like, all right. He's like, well, hold on. He's like, well, give me your address. I'm going to I'll mail you an empty box. He's like, and I'll put the taxes on that as if you bought this box, and I'll run your taxes on that somehow. So like somehow he got around me paying taxes on it. And so I was like, okay, cool. Like, I'll take it. No problem. And I was like, I'm going to get it reslabbed. And I turned around, and who was it? Nick. Nick saw me buying it, and he was like, oh my God, you just buy that? I said, yeah. I said, don't tell Nick or Justin.
Nick from Broken Icon.
Yeah, Nick from Broken Icon. I said, don't tell Nick and Justin. I was like, is it okay if I bring it by and sit it with you at the booth? And he was like, yeah. I was like, cool. I was like, I'm just going to surprise them at some point and get it on camera. So that was how that went. I surprised them, and so they really had no idea. And now we have dead air.
Oh, I thought you were going to keep talking. But anyways, yeah. So and Austin LeMay just created a YouTube channel. I'm going to share it out if you guys wouldn't mind checking it out for me.
Oh, right on.
So whenever he's at 10,000 subscribers by tomorrow, maybe he'll give us some love. Now, I'm going to start doing YouTube shorts and quit these long-form content videos. So good luck, guys. I'm telling you, dude, like even whenever you're seeing these massive channels switching to shorts over long form or even 5 minute, like, it's serious.
Yeah. But yeah, so basically, I mean, that was pretty much it.
Well, that was for that day, but then that night was when Justin got a little toasted.
Okay, well, go ahead.
And Justin,
what do we
it was
even
his
do?
birthday celebration.
What do we even? Oh yeah, so we got back to the hotel room, and I was just like, well, I've got a 12-pack of beer in there that needs to get drunk. Let's do this.
Yeah. Oh, and I headbutted the crap out of Dustin with this thing, and y'all see this dent right here, the reflection right here. That's where I headbutted that man.
Yeah, I literally was trying to pressure Nick, and I'm like, dude, you have to buy something. I was like, how do we do content after we just left this big Comic-Con, and you literally have nothing to show. I'm like, buy that helmet. You literally just told me it is cheaper than everywhere online at the con. I was like, just buy it. And then I was like, buy the Iron Man #1. I will help get the price on the book lowered. And I did, and Nick still paid $10 more than I haggled them down for. I haggled them down to $290, and he still paid $300.
Dude, because they had to deal with you, I was like, whatever.
Deal with me what?
Because you was harassing them, boy.
I'm not harassing him. He knows the deal. I told him what was about to happen. They come to those Comic-Cons expecting people like me to come in there and haggle them down. I promise you, he probably paid less than $100 for that book regardless. He took that $10 from you because he was just like, well, this guy's stupid. Not because he needed it. That man had a Batman 1 on the wall. You think he needed that $10? You look at all those stuff on his wall. You think he needed $10?
I don't need the $10. I would have paid full price for it.
Well, that's because you ain't got a lick of sense. And that's why I told you when he went to go get it, I looked at Nick. I said, let me do this. You just be quiet. Let me do this. I'm going to pretend like I'm buying the book. I said, you just hand him the money. I mean, golly.
I don't care, dude. I would have paid the full price.
You just must have money like that, because I promise you right now, if I can get a quarter off of something, I'm going to do it.
All right, cool. I just shared out Austin LeMay. If y'all give him a follow, he doesn't have videos yet, but he will.
Toadman, because I negotiated it.
All right, so that night Justin got pretty toasted. I bought him some birthday drinks. We bought Justin a hot toy for his birthday, and Dustin he pulled it out, showed us the hot toy, and Dustin took one of the hands and waited till Justin boxed the entire thing up all the way back into the shipper. And then Dustin was like, do you need this? So that was pretty funny.
He was pissed. And part 2 to that story, I waited until like that Monday or Tuesday. It was a few days after we've been home. And I was just thinking, I was like, I'm going to mess with Justin again. So I went on YouTube, found somebody doing a review on it, and scrolled until I saw somebody holding one of the hands to that hot toy, screenshot it, cropped it, and I said, my wife just said this came out of the dryer when she was doing my laundry from Lexington. I was like, does this belong to one of you guys? Justin was like, please tell me you're joking, right? And I just sat my phone down and went to sleep. And like, he didn't even like, did you open the box? Did you really go back downstairs and unbox it to check?
I think I was already downstairs.
But you did unbox it to check.
Yeah, I did. Like, I sent you the follow-up text, and then I was just like, wait, why am I waiting for a response? I could just go downstairs and look.
And the bad part is, if he'd have looked at the picture, he would have saw that there was 2 hands holding it. So who was taking this picture? Like, I would have looked at that and been like,
but that's not the only thing. Like, you, one of the X-Men books I gave you, you were like, yeah, man, it's triple signed.
Oh, yeah, and then I sent him a picture of a Stan Lee signature on a comic book page. I was like, yeah, dude, Stan Lee signature right here on the inside. Like, you didn't even check this? So finish telling after I got him on the Spider-Man hand.
That was drinking. We hung out in the lobby, right?
Mm-hmm. Did the Babble-On with Greg and Mrs. Bearded.
So and Mrs. Bearded. So basically, the thing with Panda and Stacy, Panda confessed his love on one of these live streams, and like he had no clue.
It's all a joke, guys. It's all just a joke. There's nothing going on there.
But basically, it was just the funniest thing, but he didn't know Stacy was actually watching that. So she commented, she's like, "No, I am watching this right now," and so he lost it. And so the whole thing. Yeah, and so we got the Babble-On, and we did it with Greg and all, and Stacy was there, of course, and the whole night we're trying to get Panda to jump on or be in the chat or something, and so he jumps on, and I just set the camera up directly on Stacy so they could have, this is the first time they talked since that point, and then Panda started.
It literally looked like a online date.
Yeah, it was the funniest thing, and then so I ended the stream because Panda was cussing quite a bit. And
he didn't even know whose stream he was on.
Yeah.
So he's dropping F-bombs left and right. And so
it was
I had Panda convinced Greg and I had Panda convinced that NBC had picked up the Two Brothers Comics Saturday Night Comic Book Babble-On, and that it was going to be like the next comic book men show. And Panda was like freaking out. He couldn't believe it. So he's dropping F-bombs left and right. And then Nick comes over and gets the camera and he's like, "Are you saying bad things?" And Panda's like, "F no, dude. I wouldn't effing do that, dude. What the F are you talking about?" And Nick's like, "Dude, you just dropped 30 F-bombs."
Yeah. I'm pretty sure I hid that stream. I may not have. I should, though. But anyway, so after that, everything's fine. We take everything upstairs, meet Greg back down in the lobby. Justin drinks a couple of blue martinis. I got him 2 shots. Everybody's saying
that happened later.
After the cookies.
That happened later.
Yeah, so saying that was before the cookies.
You're skipping a part.
What was the part?
So while you guys are doing that, all the Babble-On and live streams, I'm just drinking.
Yeah.
Right, because I'm not on camera a lot at that point because I was just drinking, and so we go upstairs. No, halfway through the stream, I'm like, man, I want some donuts. I'm like, I got to find a donut place that's open this late that we can walk to because I'm not gonna drive. Yeah. So I can't find a donut place. And Dustin, you're like, "Oh, there's a cookie place," and I'm like, "Cookies, let's do it. Where's it at?" So I started looking into it. I'm like, "Oh man, they're open till 3 a.m. Let's go. It's only half a mile away. It's less than half a mile. Let's do this."
It's supposed to be 0.4 miles away
by car.
No, it doesn't matter if you're walking or driving. The distance doesn't change.
0.4 miles.
Felt like forever.
But Google Maps said 0.4 miles away. 2 miles later,
it was not 2. The problem was the walk there was uphill.
That was sure we took a couple of turns that were not necessary from the walk we took back to the hotel.
No way. We walked straight up the hill.
Bro, the walk back to the hotel was way, way quicker.
That's because it was downhill.
We went a whole different direction. The route was completely different.
Yes, but you still have to go uphill to get there, regardless of what direction you went.
Right, but we would have.
You would go downhill, regardless of which direction.
Back, it would have been a slimmer distance.
No,
he took us on a wild goose chase for cookies, and then when we get there, the man didn't even want the cookies, and he wanted an ice cream sandwich. Then he didn't even want it after they walked out with it.
Wait,
I don't even know if he ate it.
Time out. First off, someone said something. And I forget how it came up, but I was just like, "Fine, screw you guys," and then I left.
Oh, you just walked out, and I'm like,
out.
Yeah,
I freaked out. He's like, "What are we gonna tell his wife?" I was like, "That he walked."
Okay, because we're in the middle of this freaking college town. These dudes are literally right next to us doing anime sword fights and stuff.
They were like out in the middle of the street. That's
all these ambulances,
sword fight you ever seen in your life.
Yeah, dude. And then all these freaking ambulances are running by. Like, it was the funniest thing, dude.
And Greg, like all he did was he's probably gonna walk around the block and come right up behind us. Like we knew he didn't go nowhere, but Nick was freaked out. Like, where are we gonna? He's got kids,
dude. I don't like that stuff,
and they're gonna see him.
And then the problem was once Bearded and his wife went into the shop, they were sold out of like every cookie. They had like chocolate chip and oatmeal raisin, and no one likes oatmeal raisin. That's not even
because me and Greg were standing outside like, okay, you're standing out here for 20 minutes and you don't know what you want before you go in there. They have an online menu. What is taking y'all so long? And then Greg comes out. He's like, so I understand what happened. They're out of everything. I was like, okay, that makes a little more sense.
It was a good ice cream sandwich on the walk back, though. That's what I'm saying. And then we get back, and we immediately go back to the bar. The bar closes in like 40 minutes at this point. I've decided that I'm not drinking anymore because I just had ice cream, and that never works out. And all of a sudden, I'm getting like 2 double shots of what it was. Was it rum?
Rum, because I wanted to get
nasty stuff.
So the sweetest waitress you'll ever meet in your life.
Hey guys, I'll be right back.
And I get her to. I told Justin, I was like, "You want tequila or what do you want?" She said they have tequila and rum, and I was really wanting him to do tequila because I was gonna be like, "Hey, scrape the bottom of the barrel with the nastiest yak you got." So then he ends up with 2 double shots of rum, and that second one, he was so pissed off that he had to drink it.
I don't have a picture of it. I think there's a video of it on someone's phone where I'm the only one drinking at this point. I got both glasses in my hand, and I just go, cheers. There goes the first one. And then I just got angry that I had to drink a second.
He was so pissed. It was hilarious. It was so funny, but it was a good time. At that point, Justin was done. Like he was past being drunk. And he got to that point where
I just want to go to sleep.
Super chat. Thanks a lot, Dan. Happy belated birthday, Justin. Thank you for being a great letterer, husband, and father, and a huge voice of reason for Two Brothers Comics. Thanks a lot, Dan. Yeah, Justin had just gotten to the point where he was just completely done, and he just wanted to go to bed. That was all he wanted to do.
I wanted to go upstairs. I wanted to eat a honey bun, and I wanted to go to sleep. That's what I wanted. And that's what I did. We were there till the bar closed at midnight, and then we went upstairs. And did you shotgun beers at that point, or was that?
That was the next day before we went to the con for the last 2 hours.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. So
the next day was Saturday. So it's the last day we're gonna be there for the con, and it's actually they closed pretty early on Saturday.
7?
Weird.
Was it 7?
5.
No, I was 7. They were open till 7.
Are you sure?
Yeah, we would have never made it back.
Oh yeah, it was 7 because we left at 5. Because it took me 45 minutes to get you to agree to come with us because Justin wanted to take a nap. I'm like, bro. You can't take a nap because guess what? We're going to the con for the last 2 hours. This is the last time we're going to be there, and you're going to miss out on it. And Justin's like, yeah, you guys don't know how to do a Comic-Con, man. I'm trying to teach you. I'm like, bro, I'm trying to teach you. Like, you can't Comic-Con from the bed. You can take a nap tonight when it's time to go to sleep.
Yeah, I wanted to. We were there like all day. We left around like 2 or 3 o'clock, got some lunch. And I was just like, yeah, man, I'm just going to hang out and take a nap. I'll catch up with you guys after. And then Dustin's like, no, shotgun's 4 beers. And it's like, let's go.
Yep, I did. Because I was just like, look, we got to get these beers gone. Like, I can't let them go to waste. And not one Bud Light went to waste that weekend. I promise you that. I knocked those out. And so we go to the con. And Justin tells us before we leave, he's like, well, I'm not bringing my backpack. I was like, okay, big man. Nobody said you had to. Like, he's like, I'm not taking my Storefolio either because I'm not buying anything. As he comes back with a stack this big. And so we go over there. We talk to the guys again and talk to Al Snow again and say our goodbyes. Tell them all thank you for helping us with getting out there and everything. I picked up the Jungle Action number 6. And what was funny about that is that booth, the guy literally, he had like 8 copies. And I was like, what are your Jungle Action 6s running for? Because that was the first book I looked at on Thursday when we went. He was like, they start around 200. I was like, 200? I was like, bro, that's a beat copy. He was like, well, that's an expensive book. I was like, okay. I was like, well, there's another booth over here that's got one for 90. He's like, okay. I was like, I'll go buy it right now. He's like, you go do that. I said, if I go buy it for 90, you'll give me 200 trade value. He said, I'll do 150. He's like, sight unseen. As long as the book is not busted, I'll do $150 trade. Yeah. And I said, okay. I told Nick and Justin, I said, y'all wait right here. Nick's like, oh my God. So I go over there and I talk to this kid that's selling it. And I get him down to like $75 on it, I think. And we sat and talked. We got to talk about The Walking Dead somehow. And I come walking back over there, and the guy makes eye contact with me. I'm just holding the book up in my hand. He's shaking his head like, oh, my God, no way. So I walk over there, and he looks at it, and he's like, all right, what do you want? And I was like, I was thinking about it on the way over here. Like, I could get a busted copy of Batman 189 for trade on this, or I could have this really crispy copy of Jungle Action 6. I think I'm going to keep this. And he was like, I would if I were you. So we're finishing up there, and Bubs Comics comes walking up, a giant of a man, which I did not expect. Did not expect. You guys saw the picture. I mean, he's a very, very large guy. And so we told him he wanted to go hang out after the con. So we told him, okay, cool. Meet us over at the hotel lobby. When you get done here, we're going to go put all our stuff up and we'll be ready to go. So there was like this arcade, bowling, bar, movie theater deal next door, this big building that has all that in it. So we go over there, and of course, the Kentucky Wildcats are playing that weekend. They're staying in the hotel with us. I almost had to beat up the quarterback. Like, Justin was in the hotel or in the elevator, and I'm like, dude, I will straight knock this guy out. Like, he's he was big. I was not gonna do that.
Was that on the elevator ride down on Saturday morning when you were just like,
yes,
whoa, dude, hey, I want you to know I would have fought him for you if you wanted.
Yeah. And that was after Justin helped a man put a singlet on and had to reach between this guy's legs and button his costume together for him. We walk out of the hotel room, and this random guy is sitting there like, can you guys help me with this, like this button? And I just start walking, and Justin's standing there.
You were just like, nope, sorry, and then you left.
I did say that. I did.
Yeah,
I was
you were just like, no, sorry, man.
I was like, nah, sorry, bro. And Justin's like, so Justin goes over there and reaches between the dude's legs and grabs his all the way up his back. I'm like, okay, you just suited that stormtrooper guy up.
It wasn't the like, it just kept getting like progressively weirder and weirder because he's just like, yeah, I just need you to pull this Velcro strap up and snap it in. And then once I did that, it was just like, all right, now I just need you to fasten the cumberbatch. Or
yeah, that's what. Like, it was a never-ending thing. I was waiting for him to ask Justin to like put his helmet on for him, and so we're at the bar, and
Cumberbatch. Sorry, I said Cumberbatch. Sorry.
We're at the bar. Everybody's watching the football game, so it's packed. So the waitress tells us, like, all right, it's gonna be a long wait, just so you guys know, and it really was. So we sat there and hung out with Bubs for the remainder of the evening, had some good food. It was fun. And Justin's like, all right, I'm so ready to go to bed. And then I'm just like, that popcorn smells good. What do y'all think? Let's just go watch Shang-Chi. Like, it's not something I was really looking forward to at all, but hey, we're here. When's the next time we'd be able to all three of us go watch a Marvel cinematic feature in a theater together? Like, this will never happen again. Let's go do it. And Justin is totally not feeling it. And I was kind of kidding, but then Nick was about it. And I was like, well, if you're about it, I'm about it. And then Justin's like, oh, I hate you guys. Let me go call my wife first. So we all go outside, call the wives, and then we go watch Shang-Chi in the coolest movie theater ever with these leather seats that recline and everything. And it was so peaceful and relaxing to sit there in absolute silence and watch that movie. It was great.
Wait. What was that last part?
It was great.
No, before that.
Oh, we got to relax in the chairs.
After that, there was something in between the chairs.
Oh, the peaceful quietness watching the movie.
Yes, that's what it was. So there are two types of people in this world: people who like to talk during movies, and people who don't like to talk during movies. They just like to sit and watch the movie. I'll let all of you guess which one I am and which one both. I'm not surprised that Dustin is this way. I'm surprised that Nick is this way.
Hey, real quick, got to give a shout out, Adam. Thank you for subbing up to the channel. We appreciate you. Hope you enjoy catching the Saturday Night Comic Book Babble-On. We're finishing up telling the untold tales of our journeys at the Lexington Comic-Con before we get into our top 10 for the night.
So I'm sitting next to Nick. Nick's in the middle, so I went me, Nick, and then Dustin. And like, Nick is just talking to me through the trailers. I'm like, okay, it's okay, it's fine, it's whatever. And the movie starts, and Nick just keeps talking to me, and I'm not gonna tell him to stop talking. I'm not gonna tell him to be quiet. I'm just gonna give like 1 or 2 word answers.
And I'm texting Justin. I was like, hey man, I don't know if this movie's gonna be cool. I haven't ever seen it before. I was like, what do you think? He's not answering me.
Didn't at one point you text me, like, bro, you mad? Or something like that.
I was like, you mad, bro, or nah? And then Nick and I just keep talking to each other too.
So, like, at one point, I think Nick was just like, oh, you don't talk during movies, do you? Or do you want us to be quiet or just something? I was like, no, it's fine. I'm just going to watch the movie.
So then me and Nick just start talking. And like, I'm like, oh, I was like, Justin, look, that's Ninetales, bro. You can't tell me that one dog didn't look like Ninetales.
That was Ninetales. It was Ninetales.
So yeah, after we realized that Justin did not like that at all, that was like green light. Let's do this the entire film. So yeah, we enjoyed that. And then after that, we were all absolutely just washed. We were so ready for bed. I mean,
it was probably like what, 1 o'clock?
it was like 2
1:30?
o'clock, yeah, because the movie didn't start till 11:30. It was a 2.5-hour movie.
Yeah, it was a late movie.
Yeah. So yeah, and like there wasn't anybody around us, so we had to aggravate Justin. Trinity's like, I don't play that, bro. Like, we're not having that kind of stuff going on when I'm in the movie theater. No way. Oh man. But yeah, it was a good time. And then yeah, I think that was pretty much it. I mean, the next day we got in the cars and went home. Nick was upset with my driving, so we were live on YouTube where I knew he couldn't really like do or say anything too extreme. So I was like, oh, this is a good time for me to play with him. So I continued to drive even faster and faster and swerve between more cars and blow more horns and see how frustrated I could make Nick all the way home. And then it was funny because I think he knew I was doing that to him because he does it to me so often. And as soon as the stream turned off, like, we were totally cool. We were just like, oh man, I'm so glad to be home. I was like, yeah, I know. Because I had to drive Nick home, which was like 5 hours. And then I go in his house, use the bathroom, jump right back in my car, and another 4 hours to my house. And it's hilarious because they're texting me, and Nick's like, yeah, my daughter didn't care that I was home. She wouldn't get off of her mom's lap. And Justin goes home to like, oh, hey, dad. And then the baby's crying and neither one of the kids care that he's home either. And I drive up in my driveway and my kid has sparklers just flaring out in the driveway, shooting off sparklers. I'm like, I got fireworks when I got home. So I don't know what y'all's problem is. But yeah, it was a fun trip. It was good. I enjoyed it. I told Nick and Justin, I was like, I think I'm good for about 2 Comic-Cons a year, Huntsville and Lexington, and let's not do anything else after that or in between because I don't have the energy for it or the funds because no matter what I say, I'm going to buy something.
You guys are already trying to convince me to come down for Huntsville next year.
Convince nothing. You're coming.
Yeah,
Eric already said y'all are going to be there.
Going to Alabama.
Yeah, so we will be together again this coming spring for Huntsville Comic-Con, and that's going to be more fun because that's kind of like our hometown, our con. That's the Two Brothers Comic-Con. Don't tell them we said that, but we get a little more leeway there to do a little more. So that should be a lot of fun. Justin can see the big camera rig, but yeah, we had a great time. Let's see. Trinity said he's a purist when it comes to going to the theater. It's a serious business. Yeah. Want to do San Diego Comic-Con. San Diego would be cool. Oh, bro, James, you could come, dude. You're fine, dude. You cut your hair. You're fine. Your words, not mine. Justin comes to Huntsville. I'm buying a zombie tramp. Dude, we stopped at a couple of shops on the way to Lexington, and our goal was to find some zombie tramps there and have him sign them for us so that we could send them out.
We found there were a couple vendors or a couple dealers who we found some, but they weren't ones that I had worked on.
Right. Yeah, Josh said you have to come. Yeah, he's coming. It's actually at this point it's gonna be a work thing for him. So like he has to come for work. He's not going to be working it always there, but
Man, that's the part that sucks, right? Like when I come to Huntsville, I feel like I have to like set up a table, but I hate I don't want to sit at the table. I just want to run around. And
why do you have to set up a table, bro?
I thought I'd have to sell books. I don't want to sell books.
Who said you had to sell books?
Oh, wouldn't they want me to come as
No, you're Two Brothers Comics. So instead of asking for 2 press passes, we just asked for 3 press passes. So like Nick runs the camera. I'm the face in front of the camera. You carry the luggage.
Oh, I'm the pack mule now.
That's if Jeremy hooks us up with 3 passes again this year.
Oh, Jeremy will hook us up, man. He loves us.
I did buy Avengers 4 from him.
You did. I mean, you did sell it, but
he doesn't need to know that.
But yeah, it was a great time. So I say let's jump into this top 10 and knock this out, and we'll get through this top 10 relatively quickly.
I was gonna say we're 3 hours into this. Do we want to maybe? Justin's like,
no, discussion.
No, I'm saying there's no way that this is going to be a quick one. I know it's not going to be a quick one. I think we're going to say something and it's going to be like, oh yeah, that's a good point, and it's gonna.
We'll keep going because yeah. So what if we did this? What if Dustin gave off his entire list? I do mine, then Justin, and then we maybe rank them while negotiating instead of doing like a round by round. Fine. That might be quicker.
All right. I'm not writing these down.
Use Haven Booth as your home base, Justin. There you go. No, you don't, James.
Man, I've spelled pet peeves wrong twice, and Nick didn't say anything to me. That's all right. Nick spelled something wrong on the title of one of our videos, and I got to get him. I took it easy.
What's bad is it was on the box.
I was so happy that I got.
But in my defense, that's not like a normal word. That's like Pocky. But again, it was also on the thumbnail that, I mean, I could have just looked. But I did have to correct 3 of your Instagram posts this week.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, no big deal. It was just, I think you said 4. You were trying to say 4. Then it was like Zor or something. And then you misspelled, not misspelled, but you mistyped a couple words. Like, again, not a big deal.
Yeah.
I wasn't going to make a big deal out of it yet.
All right, so let's go, guys. These are our top 10 comic book hobby-related pet peeves. So I'm going to start with my number 10, and that's bags and boards. When I go into a shop or I go to a booth at a con and I run into long boxes or short boxes that aren't bagged and boarded, I'm not looking at them. Because it's like, to me, if you don't think they're worth the time and effort to put them in bags and boards, then they're not worth my time and effort of looking at them. Number 9, neatness at shops or, we could say booths at Comic-Cons. If I walk into a shop and it's just now, Dave's would be the exception to this. It's not that it's messy. He's just got so much. There's no way you can just spread it out. He would need a Walmart. But, if you walk into shops and they just have stuff piled on top of stuff everywhere, and you can't move, you can't look at anything, I'm not going to spend much time in that shop probably. Number 8, hygiene. Now, this can be at a shop, at a con, playing tabletop games, cards, whatever. Wear deodorant, people. Take your showers. Change your clothes. Wash your clothes. Don't be gross. Hygiene's important for everyone, okay? Think about the people around you. Number 7, the CGC in-house signings. I am so aggravated, as you guys saw on Instagram, that CGC is continuously getting further and further behind. Apparently, they're getting a little bit closer now to being better, but these wait times are god awful. Yet we continue to do these in-house signings that just take and go. They take all these people. You get 5,000 people send books in, and those 5,000 books get to go in front of the million books that's been sitting there for 6 months, so we can get them signed, get them graded, and get them back out in 2 weeks. That is the most asinine and aggravating thing for me. absolutely drives me nuts. I understand they're making their money. That's all that matters. But it really, really sucks for everybody who's got their books already been sitting there. That's why Turtles books were taking 8-9 months to get sent back last year and this year because they had the Eastman signing. And it really sucks that they continue to do these in-house signings and pushing the wait times back because of them. Number 6, non-alphabetized comics in boxes. If your crap is not in order, I'm not going to look through it. I don't want to look through 4,500 Superman and Wonder Woman comics to find a Captain America or a Batman. Put your stuff in order, and that way I can just go and look at what I want to look at. Like, I'm not just going to start flipping through everything. And I guess, if you just flip through everything, you might find some gems in there you didn't know you were looking for. But that's not what I want to do. There's certain things I'm into. I want to go look at those things. I want to go straight to the T's for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I want to go to the M's for Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Mortal Kombat. I want to go to the C's for Captain America, the G's for Ghost Rider.
It blows my mind that we have not had a single one similar.
Well, this will be fun. Alphabetize your stuff. That's much appreciated by everyone. Let's see. Number 5, signatures and remarks on comic book covers. Nothing drives me crazier than seeing Stan Lee's signature on an AF-15 over Spider-Man's face. The hell is wrong with you, Stan Lee? You couldn't think of a better place to put that? I mean, signature placement, that's why I've gotten to the point where I don't even want to get books signed on the cover. To this day, like I pretty much would not do it. You can sign the inside of the book, or I will leave you a very small space to sign. Jason David Frank messed up the book that I got him to sign. Cannot stand when people put signatures on covers on books in the wrong places, or when you get a signature from someone who had nothing to do with a book. I heard a story the other day, Stan Lee's signature on a freaking Spawn book. Why? That makes no sense at all. Collect your way, but that don't make no sense. The remarks, like, oh my gosh, I don't even like remarks. Like, there's no way I would you can do what you want, but I think the remarks look really ugly on the books. I think it takes away from the art. I don't understand why Mark Bagley is putting Venom remarks on Ultimate Fallout 4s. I've seen that this week. Don't like that. Not at all. Makes no sense at all whatsoever. Not even a little bit. Carnage remarks on Ultimate Fallout 4. That's dumb too. Don't make sense to me. And, unless the people ask for it, but I saw 2 people say, like, bro, I didn't even ask for this. Like, he just did it on his own. I'm like, they were like, how should I feel? I'm like, I would be pissed. Like, especially if I didn't ask for you to remark my book with a character that has nothing to do with this one. Yeah, that takes care of the signatures. My 4th one, shipping. People not knowing how to ship books drives me nuts, man. Drives me nuts. Or when you get charged for priority, and then, let me check my tracking. It's coming media mail in a cereal box in a manila envelope. Come on. It's ridiculous. Number 3, bandwagoners. Bandwagon collectors drive me nuts when I'm trying to finish a run of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and the last Ronin comes out. And now the whole world loves the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. So we're all going to collect the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. And the prices are going to go through the roof for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. And if you show any turtle book on any comic book game show, you win. And then 8 months later, you show them again. No one cares because it's not popular anymore and the app's not pushing them. And the bandwagoners have jumped on something else. But then now I'm left with these ridiculously high prices to pay because that's what happened. It drives me nuts. It's not going to go away. It just is what it is. But it drives me nuts. So I had to make the list. Number 2, know-it-alls. I like to call these philosophers. People who think they know everything and then treat you like crap when you don't collect what they think you should, or they stand at the shop and they make fun of everything that you bring to the desk up there. Philosophers, you're crappy people, and at some point somebody's gonna put their hands on you when you talk to them like that. So those kind of people really bug me. A lot.
That's what we call gatekeepers.
I like the term philosophers. I don't know.
I
You know,
know.
they think they know everything. They think they're super cool. And, you know, I don't know. Change the station. I don't know what else to tell you, man. And number 1, scammers. Scammers, man. I can't believe we have to talk about this all the time with these freaking eBay guys trying to sell Ultimate Fallout 4s and pushing it off as a first print. And then when you get called out about it because, hey, guess what I noticed? Your Facebook page that you sell all your books on your auction for, yeah, guess what? The same logo is on your eBay page where you're trying to sell Ultimate Fallout 4 facsimiles for $500 and $600. Not saying that it's a facsimile until you read a 40-page biography in the description, and then it's still a sketchy way of talking about it being a facsimile. And then when I call you out about it, before I can go back and get the screenshot, you change the logo, and then you use some other eBay account and send a message to your scamming eBay account and say, I told them to fix it. And then people call you out about it on your auctions on Facebook the next time it starts, and you still try to play off like it didn't. But we all know the truth about you. That kind of gets on my nerves too. That's my top 10.
All right, Justin, you want to go next?
Yeah,
I
I'll
think
go.
I held the reins in a little bit on that.
You did very good. You almost got off for a minute there, but I'm
Yeah.
actually shocked because we only had one, or actually two.
Was it about the philosophers?
It was about the gatekeepers. Yeah, is what I'm calling them.
Philosophers, man. You got to watch those guys. They ain't worth a damn.
The people who think they know it all.
Mm-hmm. They just get like fake awards.
Okay, let's go.
All right. Number 10 for me. Conventions that advertise as a Comic-Con but are really nothing more than a celebrity/autograph show. There's one going on in Morgantown, West Virginia. I shouldn't say that. All right. Moving on. Number 9.
What was your number 10? I'm sorry, because all I heard, I was reading the chat, and then I feel like I missed out on something.
Number 10 is the conventions that advertise as a Comic-Con but are really nothing more than a celebrity/autograph show.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Number 9 is, and this is more from a toy perspective, not everyone is a scalper. So I'm kind of tired of seeing people post on Facebook that they couldn't find the latest toy action figure because the scalpers scooped them all up. Maybe someone was buying them for the friend who wasn't able to find it. You know what I mean? Like, it's not.
What about the people that buy like 13 exclusives out of like a 300 limited print run, or 20 exclusives, and it sells out in 8 seconds?
They may have 12 friends who couldn't get it. We don't know. We're just making assumptions at that point. Number 8, I have a really, really bad problem with boards not fitting bags. So that kind of annoys me a little bit.
Boards not being bagged?
What's that?
Boards not being bagged?
Boards not fitting the bags.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, like somebody putting a modern board in a Silver Age bag?
No, I mean a Silver Age board doesn't fit in a Silver Age bag.
Oh. Okay.
It happens to me.
Okay.
My next thing is I'm not a fan of this. Why is it one or the other? Why can't you be a fan of both? Like, these people who will fight over what's better, Marvel or DC. Why? Just be a fan of both. Be a fan of
clearly Marvel.
Yeah, Mark at Legion of Comics. Why can't you love Marvel and DC? Why can we only love DC, Mark?
Yeah.
I thought you were saying Marvel, so that's why I started laughing. I was in his chat the other day trying to talk about DC, and he kept ignoring me. I'm like, come on.
I sent him a super chat saying Mortal Kombat was better than the DC Snyder cut, so that he would have to say it. Oh, I'm gonna clip that and play it on Instagram and be like, I knew
I sent him a $10 super chat as a congrats.
My next one, number 6, dealers who won't work with you on a price. Like, if you're looking at a book at a show and they're just like, nope, sorry, won't do it.
Like that guy who literally told, I didn't clip this because the guy was kind of rude as more I watched it. Dustin was trying to make a trade, and he literally looks at Dustin, and I'm going to cuss, so get ready for a bleep. And Dustin goes, you want to trade for this? And the guy goes, I don't want that shit.
Yeah. No, he wasn't being, I mean, I was just like, all right, fair enough, bro.
He goes, I don't want that shit. And me and Dustin and I were both just like, dang. And then he said something else a minute later. He goes,
Well,
no, I don't need that $20. I'm rich.
You look like it.
Yeah, I know.
okay, number 5. This is from the perspective of selling, like being an artist and selling, like being on the other side of the table and selling books. It's people who will come up to your table, touch every book, listen to every pitch you give them, and then walk away.
Yeah.
They won't
come back later. I'll come back around. I'll circle back around when I get done.
They don't even say that. They just leave. Like, I've had people come up to the table, you pitch them the book, you see them reading the entire book there, they put it down, they move on to the next one, and then they just go down the line. Let's see
Maybe
here.
Your book sucks, bro. I don't know.
That's what it is, right? It's good enough for them to stand there and read it for free, but they're not going to buy it after. Number 4. This one's pretty self-explanatory. Variant covers. Moving on. Number 3. Shops that do prices at the counter.
Now, I'm going to throw one little boomerang in that. Like, I give one guy a pass, and it's because he literally has so many, and his stuff is a revolving door. Like, he can never price it all out, but he always gives a good deal, and that's Dave. Like, he has to, but most of the time, he like has like I'll just take a stack of books to him. He's like,
he's not the guy that goes to eBay and looks for the highest sell and says that's it. And even when he gives you the price, he will negotiate down.
Right.
Like, he's been very fair, and he does
yeah.
But yeah, I'm the same way. Like, if it was a small shop and you had like 8 back issue bins, this guy literally has probably 4,000 square foot.
Yeah,
top,
it's
bottom,
like that little, the little gaming and DVD comic book store on the way to your house. It's like off the road on like this little dirt road. It's that little crappy little place I've told you about.
Yeah.
I walked in there and I'm like, how much are all the comics? He's like, they're cover price. And I bring 2 of them up there. One of them's the first appearance of Cletus Cassidy. He's like, let me look this one up. Oh no, that's $40. I'm like, what the hell, bro? You just told me cover price on everything. So I had like 2 stacks of books. It's like, guess what you get to do? You get to put all these back because I'm not doing it later.
What number was that? Oh, okay. Number 2. This one might be a little controversial. It kind of annoys me how overused or how the term grail is used so loosely. Like, people will get a $20 or $25 action figure or a $30 book, and they say that they've achieved their grail. And I just, if a book or a figure is at that price, to me that means that it's easily obtained. Like, you can get it. That's not what a grail means to me. Like, a grail means something that like you have to save for years, or you never see one, or just things that you're never ever going to be able to get. Yeah. That's just my opinion. And the number one thing, my biggest pet peeve in collecting, Funko Pops.
Was today a happy day for you when you saw that literally all my Funko Pops are gone? Except for the ones people AOK'd me, like all my Funkos are gone.
I don't want to judge you for how or what you collect, but I totally judge you for having Funko Pops.
Except for those 10-inch Pokemon ones you have. Multiple.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, okay. Let them come out with an NFT 12-inch Charizard Funko Pop. Justin will have 30 of them.
I mean, I'd have to get 30 iPads to display them, but...
That was a good list. All right, Nick, you got a list?
Yep. Unfortunately, let me see which one I wrote 2, but I wrote one a little bit better quality to read. All right, number 10, story misdirects, similar to what happened in Tmnt. Last Ronin issue number 4, where you think is going to be our last Ronin, and they go, oh, just kidding, it's all about Casey Jones now. Hate that. Covers different than interior art. That's something that's always bugged me. Yeah, you have these beautiful covers, and then you open it up and you're like, what the frick am I reading?
They spent all the money on that cover artist and couldn't get a good interior guy.
And I'm talking about a variant. I'm talking like cover A's too, right? And then so that was 10, 9, 8 politics and comics, just all the way around, left, right, middle, center. I don't want to read your opinion pieces on what's going on in the world. And I understand like, oh, X-Men has been political forever, whatever. I don't care. I don't want to read about it. I turn on my phone, there's politics. Turn on the radio, there's politics. Like comic books are an escapism, and that's what I want. Next one, delays in comic books. Very frustrating. But most of the time it's due to like distribution error and things like that, except for whenever it's Ronin. Next one, everything being a key.
Yes.
Can't buy
God, yes.
Can't buy Moon Knight number 3 because it's a key. Next one, buying everything.
How is it a key when it's a character that nobody's going to care about in 4 months?
Yeah.
That character's never going to be anybody. The only key thing about it is somebody's going to get you for $20 on it.
And then the next one, buying everything on New Comic Book Day. The guys that show up at 11 o'clock buy 30, comics off the shelf of the same exact thing because, well, Moon Knight number 3 is a key this week. So we're going to buy them all instead of doing it like, I guess we'll call them the good flippers or speckers where they put them on pre-orders. I guess, I don't know. Am I big now?
No.
Oh, we're still all kind of.
You're in the top corner though. You're good.
Okay. So that was frustrating to me. Next one, buying everything on New Comic Book Day. So that costs. So here's my thing with that. $5.99 for a DC comic book that's like 30 pages, and it's only 30 pages because they throw in this Ghostmaker story at the back or this this punchline story in the back that I don't actually care about. So they charge a little bit more whenever I could go get a manga, for example, that's equivalent of like 9 to 10 comic books for $9.99. Now, granted, that one is oversized, but again, it's, 40 pages max. It's probably closer to 20. So that bugs me.
Something like this, it's $7.99, but it is oversized, and there's like 5 stories in here. Yeah. Each story has a different writer and a different artist telling a different story inside. Yeah. So that's cool for me.
And it's also an independent publisher, or they're
very, very small publisher. Yeah.
So, but like my thing is like $5.99, $6.99, and you're putting in a second story that nobody even cares about. And again, that's why, like with manga, it's so easy to go and pick up. Like I'm totally cool buying $9.99, and most times it's like $6 because you can get it on sale for 200 pages, and that's equivalent to about 10 comic books.
Bill Fisher, what's up, man?
And they don't put ads in them. Marvel and DC throw ads in their books to help offset the cost. But anyways, fraudulent sales was number 2, and then gatekeeping is number 1. And whenever I thought about gatekeeping, I thought about it from the perspective of, oh, well, why are you wanting to read Dragon Ball Z? That's stupid. Or why do you want to read manga? That's weird Japanese crap. Or why do you want to?
Sometimes it is.
Whatever.
Yeah, so are comics, right? There are definitely comics that are the same way.
Oh yeah.
I was just picking.
I know he was doing basically, but honestly, like it's just instead of just like
the idea of what you read and what you're into is all there is, and that's where our
it's like you're not a real Captain America fan because you've not read the entire run, or you don't own the entire run, or you've read it digitally but you don't own those copies, or hey, I'm a new comic book, I want to get into comic books, can you help me? And then you're getting laughed at the counter.
Mm-hmm.
Or hey, can you explain to me what? And these are all things that have happened to Dustin and I personally.
Yeah. And then go play the greatest man on earth, when you're in front of a camera. And
so we're not going to be specific about it, but
I wasn't.
I know, but I'm not trying to start anything either, but yeah, like those things have all happened. Like, oh, what's a variant cover? What do you mean? You don't know what that is? Or what's a ratio? Like those are all things that we literally got laughed at a counter for. Or, what's a pull box? I don't know.
You handed a trade paperback and then completely confused at what the hell you just gave me. Like I want the comic books, bro.
Yeah. So that's kind of like the worst thing in terms of instead of just trying to help people learn and understand and grow the hobby and things like that. It's like we're just going to laugh at you, or we're going to. And Josh, I forget what he calls that, but he calls them like the jaded comic book collector, readers or collectors and stuff, where they've been doing it forever, and I don't know, but yeah, and that's why Josh has become such an impactful person for us. Because if it wasn't for him, we likely wouldn't be collecting comic books.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, so I think out of one thing, so like if we're gonna like create a real top 10, and I guess we can be brief about it, but I would say like gatekeeping, we all kind of agree on.
Yeah.
Dustin, do you want to write these down?
Yeah.
Cool. So I'm thinking gatekeeping, fraudulent sales. And then Justin, there was a couple you said that were. Can you just quickly run through yours one more time?
Yeah, conventions that advertise as a Comic-Con but are just celebrity shows. Not everyone is a scalper. Boards not fitting the bags. Why does it have to be like one or the other?
I love that one. I want to endorse that one.
Why can't you be a fan of both? Dealers who won't work with you on prices. People who touch every book, hear every pitch, then walk away. I don't know why that one makes me laugh. Variant covers, shops that do prices at the counter. How the term grail was used.
So I think grail and key, like just throwing that around there, is a good one.
Matthew Fox, I don't know if we've seen you comment before, but if this is the first one, that was a hell of a way to jump in for the first time.
But basically, yeah, for real. It was tough, man. I mean, it really did. There was like, I really wanted to just be done with comic books after that.
Oh, do I get the 10 spot?
Absolutely.
Yeah, put Funko Pops there.
And Dustin, I think we should definitely do the one or the other, and then the what was the one you said?
About
it was like the last one you said.
How the term grail, like grail?
Yeah, the grail and key.
Grail
just
key.
Everything's a grail, everything's a key.
Okay, and then I've got the signature placement and remarks, shipping, books not being bagged and boarded, shop neatness, hygiene of people in the shop and at the con.
Hygiene and then shipping are good ones.
I've got the bandwagoners.
I don't really care about that. People that's just life in general.
Well, and I wouldn't suspect you would, because, and this is not me being like a dick or anything, but like you've kind of shifted from being a collector. You haven't been one to collect and go search for runs of certain things. And then,
yeah, I mean, right now I'm just reading.
Be in the middle of working on that and be almost finished, or, being in the middle of it and been working on something for a year. And then all of a sudden now, this is the hottest thing on Key Collector and the prices shoot through the roof. And then once the next shiny thing comes up, everybody the crowd moves to the next thing, and we're just sitting here left with the rubble. It's like, now I have to deal with these prices, even though nobody cares anymore.
Yeah. And that could almost be like part of the everything's got to be a key. You know what I mean? Like that same movement of, the second an alert goes out, now it's everything's a grail or a key.
Yeah. We've got the scammer thing on there. Non-alphabetized long boxes and short boxes. I mean,
I've never really even been anywhere that doesn't have that.
There was several booths at Lexington like that. I even know Bubs even said something about it on one of them.
Were they dollar books though? Like, I'm willing to cut a pass if it's $1 book box or section.
Yeah.
No, like literally, there was like a whole booth, everything they had.
I think shipping's a good one, because that's something that's really bugged us all.
Was it across from the booth that we really like?
I can't even remember, man.
Okay.
Ooh, I want to put NFTs on here. I forgot about that. NFTs is taking the number 7 spot.
I think we need to have it as don't yick on somebody's yum.
Oh no, I yak on yum all the time. You can line your yak up and I will yak on it one at a time.
Y'all,
All
I'm
right,
here
right now
looking
we've
at
got
eBay
1,
for
2, 3,
ASM
4,
50.
5, 6, 7, 8. We've got 9. Nick, what else do you have on yours?
Gatekeeping, fraud sales, cost of new comic book day books, everything's a key, delays, going in and buying everything on new comic book day because it's a key, politics and comics, covers different than interior, story misdirects.
I like the hoarding new comic book day.
Like the guy that goes in on the shelf and takes everything.
Mm-hmm.
People who think Hot Toys are cool.
Yeah. Well, obviously they're just like expensive waste of time.
I
Or
stick my
people that think they have to buy multiples to build an army of non-moving objects that you're not even going to stack together because they won't all fit in the same glass cube anyway. So what's the point in what you're doing to start with? Oh,
Okay. I have 2 things to say to that. 1, I feel personally attacked. 2,
you definitely were.
2, collect your way. 3, army build your way.
There's like 3 ASM 50s on eBay right now.
Dude, get one. Do it right now.
They're all at $600 and they're all beat to just crap.
Nick, get one, and then if you ever want to sell it, I would just like first offer. That's all.
I should have
All
bought
right, so
some of
let's
the
rank
cons.
this out real quick. So we've got Funko Pops at 10, NFTs at 7, gatekeeping / philosophers at 1, scam sales at 2,
That's fine.
new
I
comic
really
book
don't
day
have-
hoarder new comic book day hoarders at or fan of both, Grail and Key, hygiene, shipping, and bandwagoners.
I feel like hygiene should be more towards like the back end.
Okay, so maybe hygiene be at like 8.
Yeah,
We don't want people to think it's not that important because it definitely is.
It's important enough to make the list.
Yes, Alan, you were correct.
But
okay, so what do we want to put at 3?
I don't care.
Everything's a Grail or a Key.
Oh yeah, I'm fine with that.
I think we've lost Nick.
No, sorry, I'm still here.
No, I meant like you tuned out.
Alan, nah, we don't want to start nothing, man.
But that is exactly who it is, Alan.
Exactly, 100%.
Okay, so for number 4, shipping.
Yeah, that's a good one. Good God, a 9.4 ASM 50, 27 grand.
People really like Kingpin.
I really should have bought one at the con. Jeez.
All right, guys, so here's your top 10. Don't worry, I finished it. Number 10, Funko Pops. Number 9. Where's number 9? I know I wrote it down.
I'm really happy that I got that one on there.
Okay, number 9, fan of both. Why can't you be a fan of both? So number 10 was Funko Pops. Number 9 is why can't you be a fan of both Marvel and DC? Why does it have to be one or the other?
Or comics or manga. Why can't you be a fan of both?
Right. Number 8 is hygiene, whether that be in the shops, when you're playing Magic, Pokemon, tabletops, when you're at cons, take your showers, wear clean clothes, wear deodorant, all that. Number 7, NFTs, because why? Number 6, bandwagoners. Number 5, hoarding new comic book day books. Yanking off 40 copies of the hot book of the week before anybody else can even try to check out this book that everybody keeps hearing is a great read or is going to, maybe some people wait to watch reviews on books to see if they think it's something they might be interested. Maybe I wasn't sure if I was going to like Nocterra or not, and I wanted to hear somebody's review on it first. Oh, wait, they're all gone.
Look, Bueller, Comics with Bueller celebrates 6 months of membership. 6 months membership, longest relationship ever. What's up, Bueller? Dustin, I told Bueller we're going to buy a 3x2 inch spot on his van for a Two Brothers Comics sticker.
Right on. Can
Or,
it be
you know,
like
for an ad
right?
space?
I want it to be like right in front of the driver's seat on the windshield, though.
Hey, if he's doing it NASCAR style, I'm totally cool with that.
Yeah. Number 4, shipping. People not knowing how to ship books or just not caring. People lying, saying they're charging you for priority and then sending it media mail and just thinking that's totally okay. Or not giving you a tracking number. I think I did that recently, but it was totally accidental. I
I'm
watched
pretty
the
sure I did
freaking.
that to James, although I did not all that.
I watched the receipt in the washing machine and completely didn't even know that I did that.
I do everything via pirate ship, but I did send it in a top loader, then a mailer, inside bubble wrap, inside a medium flat rate box for $1.
Number 3, everything is a grail or a key every week. Everything is not a key. You know, it might be the key to $20 when I sell it on eBay, but it's not actually a key, I don't think, in my mind, you know, I'm just saying. Number 2, scam sales, people trying to pass off facsimiles as being first prints. And number 1, the gatekeepers, the guys that just think that they're better than everybody, they're smarter than everybody, what they collect is better than what you collect, and if you're not reading and collecting what they're collecting, then you just ain't shit. So that's our top 10 comic book pet peeves. If we missed any, please drop the comments in the comment section of the video. If you're watching on the replay and you made it this far, thanks for hanging out. This has been the longest show we've done in a long time, but please drop your comic book pet peeves. We'd love to hear some of those. That'd be really, really cool. Hope you guys
James,
enjoyed.
dropped it off like Wednesday or Thursday.
Justin is just not a Funko guy. He didn't mean anything by it. He has Funkos. Don't let him lie. But it's been a great show. I think we're looking forward to this one. Hadn't really gotten together since the Comic-Con, so we didn't do a show last week. So thanks. We've had a good crowd all night long. A lot of great interaction. We've had some new people jump in the chat. That was fun. Thanks to everybody for the super chats. We really appreciate you guys. Thanks to all the members. We're going to do a Bro Box giveaway in the next coming week or two. Next week, we will be doing the Babble-On on Friday night. I repeat, Friday night next week for the comic book Babble-On. So make sure you guys keep the notifications turned on and hit them thumbs up for us. We appreciate it. It helps us out. We're going to put out what's coming out, a new comic book day video next week. And Monday, you should see that. I'm going to try to get in here and record some stuff this weekend, probably tomorrow. I have a Whatnot sale going on tomorrow. If anybody's interested, I'm going to be selling a lot of Volume 1 What If, some Spawn stuff, and some other stuff. So we got that going on. I'm going to try to do a Whatnot sale every Sunday at 12:15 Eastern Standard Time. You guys got anything else, or I can close her out?
Tell 3 friends about us.
There you go. Tell 3 friends about Two Brothers Comics. Guys, we're struggling to get to this 5K. YouTube has slowed down tremendously.
We're going just...
It's driving me nuts. It's driving me nuts. We have not even hit 100 new subs this month, and I'm like, oh my gosh, are we going to get there or
not? Pet peeves, family members teaming up to collecting comics. Oh, man, Bueller.
But thanks for hanging out all night, guys. We really appreciate it. It was a fun show.
Super chat. Spins.
You want to just grab it next week?
Yeah, that means 2 weeks in a row. Well, I'm going to have to do last Saturdays and this Saturdays, which is fine because it's 1:20 in the morning. We didn't do a show last Saturday.
Huh? We did not do a show last Saturday.
Or we did one on like a...
The last one we did was at the Comic-Con.
Yeah, no, but we did something where there was super chat. It might have been, it was at the Comic-Con.
Okay.
We got super chats.
Well, I'll get you the names for tonight and the Comic-Con, and we'll do that this Friday. We'll
Okay.
do it at the beginning of the show Friday.
Yes.
Because it is already almost 1:30.
Yes.
So, guys, thanks for hanging out all night. We appreciate it. It was a fun show. Make sure you hit the thumbs up on the way out if you have not already. And if you're watching on the replay, drop your top pet peeves in the comment section. Hope you guys enjoyed the show. Thanks again, and we will catch you guys later.
Well, wait. Hold on. Guys, we appreciate you all. You're all really cool. I just ordered some cool action figure things that are going to come. I got some card stands that are coming. I'm going to probably be buying ASM 50 at some point. So I'm super pumped about that.
Did you decide not to buy a house or something?
No, I'm still buying a house.
Okay.
But that's going to be my next book. It could be next week. It could be a month from now. But I am looking at these prices, dude. Some of those high grade ones.
I need somebody that does really, really good pencil sketches, like portraits, because I have a super cool idea for a book I want to do.
But no, like I wouldn't finish because like those high grade ASM 50s we saw for like $900, dude. Like 4 of those are going for like $3 or $4 grand.
Mm-hmm.
What
the? I told you should have bought that, guys. That he had at that.
Oh, I'm gonna go back to the video and message him and be like, "You still selling? I'll give you $750."
Hit him up, dude. All right, guys. Y'all are all the best part of Two Brothers Comics.
What can they expect from us next week?
I already went through that. I literally went through that already.
Okay.
You two guys were zoned out. I went through everything. I've handled this. You guys are all the best part of Two Brothers Comics, and as always,
are we gonna get Justin to open up his Sentinel tonight?
No.
Collect your way.
Mm-mm.